This is the single biggest principle. And it bothers me that people are very careful with their money. The public, when they buy a refrigerator, they get a Consumer Reports. They buy a microwave oven, they do that. They ask people what's the best kind of radar range or what kind of car to buy. They do research on apartments. When they go on a trip to Wyoming, they get the mobile travel guide, or California. When they go to Europe, they get the Michelin travel guide. People will hear a tip on a bus on some stock, and they'll put half their life savings in it before sunset, and they wonder why they lose money in the stock market. And when they lose money, they blame it on the institutions and program trading. That is garbage. They didn't do any research. They bought a piece of junk. They didn't look at the balance sheet, and that's what you get for it. And that's what we were being driven to, and it's self-fulfilling. The public does terrible investing, and they say they don't have a chance. It's because that's the way they're acting. I'm trying to convince people there is a method. There are reasons for stocks that go up.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another Saturday evening with us on Truth Be Told, where we talk about the uncomfortable truths, the much maligned and understated facts of a situation when it comes to finance, the economy to some extent. Man, we're just grabbing all sorts of things when it comes to the financial world, stock markets, meme stocks, whatever have you. And tonight, man, oh man, do we have a whole list of other things, finance-related lawsuits by the bucketfuls, because people can't learn to stay out of legal trouble. And the person we're talking about tonight can't stay out of legal trouble the most. But before we get to that, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let me bring on my guests, our standard crew tonight so far. We got the one, the only Platinum Sparkles. Hello.
Hello.
And then, of course, we have that girl trader, Amy. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Glad to have you on. Well, considering this was a special request by you to start out the night, why don't you roll out what we're talking about tonight to start us out as our main event on Legal Thunderdome 2?
Okay. Well, do you want to start with the discrimination suit or the defamation suit? Because they're two different things.
Why don't we start with the defamation suit and work backwards to the discrimination one, because that was the first one.
Well, actually, the discrimination one might introduce it.
Okay, so why don't I can switch right over that just as super easy. Gotta just find where this.
Do you just want to pull up the suit?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do here. Share this tab. I'm pretty sure this is the discrimination one. Yeah.
So the first couple of pages are the plaintiffs and who they are and how long they had worked for Fannie, and they'd all been there for a really long time. And as I was telling you guys, they're all of Indian origin. They all speak the Telugu language. There was actually 100 of them who were basically sent an email and said, don't come into the office, be on this Teams call. So they all get on the Teams call, and universally they're all fired. Yep. Or they're not really told why. They're basically just let go. And there's no severance. Like, they're supposed to get 2 weeks of severance for every year that they've worked there. There was no severance. There was no nothing. So it's a pretty standard.
Yeah, it's right here on
for equal opportunity employment. Like, pretty standard. Like, these are not like beefy lawsuits. It's pretty.
The facts and pretty much it. That's it.
Because I don't think that it needs to be.
Right.
You can, like I was telling you, and do you have the defamation suit?
Yeah, but before we get to that,
no, I know, but so we'll run through that whole list when we go to that.
Mm-hmm.
But so they are. I mean, it's like I said, it's pretty standard. Breach of contract because they want a jury trial. Their prayer for relief is that they get compensated for their lost wages, and they want reinstatement of employment.
I get it, but I don't know if I was
reading something.
If I was them, I wouldn't want.
This one is against Fannie Mae. Mm-hmm. Okay, this isn't the bill. This is strictly Fannie Mae that they are suing in the discrimination suit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, and like I said, it's pretty standard. So this was their first suit that they filed.
Yeah.
Then,
well, before we get to that, there's one thing I do want to point out, and this is really weird to me. So I was doing a little bit of research on it, and since Fannie Mae is technically it's independent from the government, it doesn't get the standard like the government. I believe they get 60 or 90 days to respond. So this is just the normal 21 days, and summons went out on the 23rd. We haven't gotten receipt back that it was received, but if it was sent, it says here electronically. So if it was sent electronically, they probably got it the same day on the 23rd, which meant that they should have responded by Wednesday, and no one's responded yet.
There you go.
So I'm wondering what's going on there. But yeah, let's hop over to the.
Okay, so this one, you look at the top there. This one is.
Maybe they filed.
Oh no! Better not dox Bill. He'll dox me. Oh no!
It's on public, whatever.
Wait,
anyway,
hold on. Is there a chance that they could have filed their response like in DC, like FINRA did to the metamaterials thing? Since
they might
like
have
a government entity or something.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was checking it. Like they're not like the way I understood, and I could be wrong. Like I don't believe Fannie Mae is technically a government entity, even if they're under conservatorship. So
okay.
But
I mean,
sure
it could be that it is. In which case they get 60 days, but
they have the government. I mean, the government backs the mortgages, so
yeah, but they're not like a government entity.
they're not a federal agency. I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'd have to look that up. But so this one is just Bill, and as I said in my tweet, D&O insurance doesn't cover defamation or libel or slander or any of that stuff. They're basically like, you're on your own, pal. So this one is Bill. Mm-hmm. So if you go up to the top, like remember when I was telling you, keep going.
Oh,
yeah. So it's very clear that they're all Indian of Indian origin. They all speak the Telugu. I'm probably saying it wrong, but they speak that language, and that's the whole list of them there. So you go through the jurisdiction.
And
so
then this one is in state court. The discrimination is in federal. The defamation is in state court.
Yeah, this one's Fairfax, Virginia. Mm-hmm. So the defamation that arose outside of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Okay, well, that's just jurisdiction. So on April 2nd, 2025, and if you want, I can pull up the statement. Do you have the statement from Fannie?
I'm pretty sure it's like down here at the bottom under their.
Did they put in the exhibits? I couldn't remember. No, I'm talking about what he tweeted out.
Okay, you go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna send it to you really quickly because I just have a screenshot of it and I don't want to have to deal with that. But while I'm reading,
no problem.
You can just post that up on the thing.
See if I can blow this up a little bit. Make that a little bit more readable. What the article was on the news release, and the whole discussion about this is that he's trying to pin it on like charity that they did that's like
so
and then they got a kickback or something is what they're trying to say.
Yeah, so he's saying, okay, I just sent it to you, Sean.
Yep.
This was the like official news release that he put out. Or that he tweeted out. So on April 2nd, 2025, plaintiffs were all employees of defendants jointly and severally received an email from Fannie Mae Human Resources directing them to come into the office, but not to come into the office, but instead to attend a Microsoft Teams meeting at 10 a.m. on April 3rd, 2025. Plaintiffs joined the Teams call along with what they believed were at least 80 other people. Plaintiffs, along with other members of the Microsoft Teams call, were told at the same time that they are being terminated for cause for violating Fannie Mae's charitable giving program for fraud. No explanation was given to the individuals of the group, and everyone on the call was identically and simultaneously terminated immediately. On April 8th, Pulte published a statement via a joint press release from the federal. This is the the statement that he put out. These publications contain two statements that are defamatory. The first statement is Fannie Mae fires over 100 employees for unethical conduct, including the facilitation of fraud. The second statement is, since my swearing in, we fired over 100 employees from Fannie Mae who we caught engaging in unethical conduct, including facilitating fraud against our great company. Anyone who commits fraud against Fannie Mae does so against the American people. On April 9th, Pulte gave an interview on the Fox News show The Ingram Angle, and in which he made a third defamatory statement. Third statement is, we also found that they were making donations to the charity and then getting kickbacks, the internal company charity. These statements are
How did they even
demonstrably
get
false.
kickbacks? Like,
right. So he says, so they say these statements are demonstrably false. These statements were made by Pulte on behalf and in furtherance of the business interests of Fannie Mae. Plaintiffs did not ever, at any time, engage in quote unquote unethical conduct, nor did they facilitate fraud or receive kickbacks. The last one, commit fraud against Fannie Mae or the American people. In fact, plaintiffs were all employees in good standing with Fannie Mae and have never received any form of disciplinary action during their tenure with the company. Defendants had no information on which to reasonably rely that any of the plaintiffs committed unethical conduct, fraud, or received kickbacks. Defendants' statements have negatively impacted plaintiffs' reputations and careers. Despite multiple requests for evidence, both directly from the plaintiff and through counsel, plaintiffs were not given and still do not have any evidence to support the claims of fraud against plaintiffs jointly or severally.
defamation per se, count one,
They're
which
doing
basically,
per se,
for people who have
like
not,
on its face.
yeah, on its face, you said a defamatory statement that on its face is injurious because it accuses me of a crime. It impairs my ability to continue in my profession. It accuses deplorable sexual acts or that you had some sort of, transmittable disease and stuff like that. Stuff that if someone doesn't need to like parse it out, it is understood to injure your character.
So the count one is defamation per se, like you were just saying. So the simpler version of that is that it's defamation on its face, right? So they don't have to, you don't have to really prove damages. And it's, the statement is defamatory on its face. So the defendants published multiple statements accusing plaintiffs of unethical conduct and facilitating fraud. The statements are defamatory in that they are published online and via broadcast television. I guess we don't need to read all of that because that's just how it is. So then the second one is defamation by implication. I mean, we can pull it up if you want to go through that, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory, right? So and then it was just on TV and on X.
1 million per plaintiff in
damages
and 350,000 in punitive. An award.
There's one part here
at 6%.
Yeah, you're skipping ahead. So they say here, accusing someone of fraud of that magnitude is an act which could be prosecuted as a felony.
Yeah.
Hello. And would both render them unfit for any employment for profit, for want of integrity, and would prejudice them in their profession or trade. So
nothing new for Bill though to throw.
So he accused them of a felony.
Yeah.
So and then you skipped ahead to what they're actually looking for there, but so they have provided no proof of their claims that these people committed fraud. They have, he just went out there, he said it, he shit all over their characters, and went on his day to start harassing Jerome Powell. Like, yeah. And then, I mean, then that's just like good for them for doing something about it. But then, you know, what I was telling you about his little show that he put on TV where nobody's in the offices. Do you want to pull that up?
Yeah, go right ahead and pull that up, and I'll put it on the screen here as soon as you get it to me.
Okay.
Because that was.
I don't know if everybody knows, but there's a Reddit board where some folks.
Well, Amy is pulling that up. No, we don't have any cute cats, but I know Platinum has some dogs that are rambunctious.
Super cute dogs.
I hate cats.
Hold on, I'll grab one while you're looking.
Okay, there you go. There it is. So
here's one.
Swackhammer says, I hate this chuckle fuck. He goes on Fox on the day of the week. He knows we work from home and paints us as lazy. Later on X implying there's some sort of fraud they'll be working to sniff out. Also claims we're wasting taxpayer money when we're not funded by taxpayers, dipshit. Ugh, it's so fucking
It's an independent entity that's paid for by its own cash flows.
Ugh, it's so fucking stressful. Just like the government agencies, he vilifies the incredible people at both companies. And then there's a reply here. His little performance on Fox was disgraceful. Fannie HQ employees are hybrid, and I know several, and the rest, and so on and so forth. Then where was that?
But that's the key thing is he deliberately knew when they wouldn't be in the office.
He knew that they wouldn't be there.
It's just like when he went down to the Federal Reserve construction site and was trying to like.
Yeah, it was a setup. He knew that they wouldn't be there, and he called Fox News to send over a camera so that he could go to empty offices and be like, look, nobody's here. And he knew it. This was in, like, I don't even remember when this was. We'd have to go back and look at the date. But yeah, he knew it. And you're getting fucking played by this guy, just like everyone else did already online. But yeah, so I think we'll follow these closely. And their case is pretty solid.
It's been pretty straightforward because this is the Bill Pulte game plan. This is his playbook every time that he's played this game, from when he was doing his charity work to meme stock community to now. Like this is fucking Bill Pulte. This is what he does. He lies.
Like, and I don't know if he thinks that, like, when he says getting kickbacks, because I mean, like, if you make a charitable donation and like you write it off on your taxes, like I don't know what kind of kickbacks he thinks
is a shell game, sham game.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what that even means. And I don't think he does really either. That's why he can't provide any proof that it happened. But
right? Like, what is that? What? They get kicked. What is like
so they've got
in
like,
a paycheck,
and even,
or
I mean, even the discrimination case is going to be pretty hard to deny. Like, I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, these aren't real beefy lawsuits because they don't need to be. Like, it's right in front of your fucking face. Like, you know, it's pretty clear what he did here.
Yeah, Bill also went to Twitter to try and pretend like he, once again, is he's always the victim. No matter what happens, just remember, Bill Pulte is always the victim.
Oh, I won't be intimidated. You saw my post to him. Yeah. But yeah, they're not trying to intimidate you.
Like, this is what
they're fucking suing you. And like, I think he wanted to go in there. And,
did he spell the wrong?
The?
Or is that just the way it looks?
It's R-H-E. Yeah, he mistyped there.
It depends on what you mean by you. But I think he wanted to go in there like Doge and be like fraud, waste, and abuse. And like, I don't think he actually really found any.
Right.
Like,
well, that's what this whole thing has been like.
So he just made it up. Like, he just made it up and then targeted an entire ethnic group of people. Like, I mean, who
happened to be over a certain age.
Hold on. You know who would be super proud of Bill right now? Kanye West, I think. Yeah, I do. Maybe he can make him a song about God and Jesus. Is that what he said? What did he say? Something stupid like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he was wearing his really good looking Yeezys, because I think Kanye would be super proud of this guy. But yeah, I think he just made it up. I don't know why he targeted 100 Indian people, but
Does Bill
Pulte.
need a reason? He just targets people who he thinks he can
Pulte.
exploit.
That's great. Pulte, that he is.
Pulte.
But don't ask him about it because.
Well, as we've established, I think, Rama, the only reason you get kickbacks in the U.S. government is how much you stroke Donald Trump's ego. So,
well, and yeah, and like I think the only kickbacks you get from charitable giving is a tax write-off, right? Like, I mean, what kind of kickbacks could they possibly be getting? Like, nothing through Fannie Mae, like
A paycheck.
right? But then, so yeah, so not only do you target a very specific group of people, like you don't even pay them severance. Like if you go back, I don't know if you want to pull up the discrimination lawsuit and just scroll through a couple of those people, but like it's all double-digit years that they've been at Fannie.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, a severance for, you know, you're supposed to get 2 weeks of pay for every year you've been there. Some of them have been there 16 years. Like after 16 years, you're just firing them and saying, peace out, Girl Scout. Like,
yeah.
Are you serious, bro? Like you should, like, you don't even pay them. And like,
Did
I don't think you should be any
was?
surprised that you're being sued right now.
They didn't
right?
even
like,
describe what the fraud was. They just said it was the kickbacks, and then they just kind of left it at that. It's like,
about
so
the charitable giving.
in the
like
response,
you better be able to prove it, right? Like
it wasn't even in the
if
response.
I'm wrong,
oh,
like,
there was a response already.
No, well, yeah, there hasn't been a response. Sorry, so I guess maybe we'll get it in the response.
That's what I'm saying.
Not
Like maybe in the response we'll see.
The defamation just got filed this week, so
yeah.
But like if I'm wrong and you didn't just target this group of people, like you better come with the proof, bud, because Fannie can't help you. You're not protected by Fannie for defamation, so. You better have the fraud that they committed through the charitable activities, because if not, you're big screwed.
Yeah,
well, like the total. I think if you go through that total, that it's like, I want to say it's something like $86 million.
Yeah,
that's like just on Bill.
Well, it'd be paid by both parties, but I don't know how. Well. How would they do that? Because it's Bill and it's Fannie Mae.
No, that's what I'm saying. These are separate lawsuits.
No. The defamation is just Fannie Mae. The defamation is Fannie Mae and Bill, and then the one, because they're both listed in there as defendants, I'm pretty sure. And then the discrimination case is just Fannie Mae.
No, I think it's just Bill, honey.
Let's scroll back up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says defendant William Pulte.
Oh, and the Federal National Mortgage Association. You're right. Well, it's and the Federal National Mortgage Association. Yeah.
Yeah, seeing Bill fail upwards through this whole meme stock thing makes me think that nothing is going to happen to him, unfortunately. Yeah, well, that's the good thing about the judiciary.
I think it catches up to you eventually, right? I mean, like the shit he pulled with Brandon Jones, like, I don't know. I think
I definitely don't think we'll see anything come from the executive branch or the administration or Congress, but the judiciary branch has been pretty clear that you know, also depends on what judge you get. There's no time for any of this bullshit.
Well, and this is different. You're in a director position in the administration. Like it's different. This isn't Florida. This isn't, you know, some silly shit on X. Like this is, I think personally that it's a big pile of shit that could swallow him up.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there's we got more news on the moving target, that is the conservatorship ending on Fannie Freddie, because like
he doesn't want it to happen.
Last week they talked about the IPO. We talked about that. Now that's like, well, if we're doing an IPO, it's gonna be. It's like they have no clue what the fuck's going on. Nobody does, because I don't think Trump even has a plan, and it just keeps changing. So now this new article that came out that downplays reports the government's plans to. Well, part of it is also, you know, who knows if Bill is actually even in the fucking loop on any of this shit. but
Well,
it's
he just
basically
like
saying
he
it's going
doesn't
to be a
want them to
small
be
offering,
fully.
quasi-private, and
Yeah, he doesn't want them to
quasi-private. Hey,
He
the
loses his
MMTLP
job if
people.
they go fully out of conservatorship. He loses his
The
job.
director replied that it was probably a non-issue, aka he probably doesn't understand the question.
Right. I mean, that's 100% right.
Right.
He probably doesn't even understand the conservatorship.
Which
There's
is,
no chance he understands it.
and then, of course, we also got this statements from the Treasury Secretary that says that they aim to maximize taxpayer value, which sounds like dilution to me. Dilution is the solution. The best way to maximize taxpayer value is for them to basically liquidate all their warrants and everything, and fuck common shareholders. So I mean, that's the scariest thing about this. If you were in that position, because it's been rolling upwards, both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac's stock on OTC, but like they haven't given a definite plan yet. It's all been like conjecture and suggestion and innuendo, but like there's been nothing concrete.
Because they don't have a plan.
Substantive. Yeah.
They don't have a plan.
Well, they would have to put their plan out for comment for at least 6 months, according to what the old.
Well, if you talk
they're
to
saying
the
that this is going to happen in November of 2025, my dear.
So like he hasn't even read how it's supposed to happen, I'll bet. Or
have you read the
there's not comment though. What I'm saying is like I don't think they care much about 6 months out for comment.
Yikes.
Yeah, because the way that people have been talking about on the Fannie and Freddie Mae boards, now I get it, Reddit, trust me, bro stuff, but the general consensus is Trump just can do it. He doesn't need comment. He doesn't need Congress. He'll just fucking do it, which, to be fair, that's kind of how he's ran things for the past 6, 7, 8 months now. So, we'll see.
Well, anyway, I personally love this for Pulte. I'm
more accountability.
Yeah.
I appreciate it too. Yeah, I'm definitely down for it
as well.
Oh,
So,
I like it for entertainment purposes only, but like.
In my opinion,
it's like you have to laugh so you don't cry, right? Because it's like
right
it's
at
so
this
bad.
point, because Bill Pulte's in a government office, which is
It's
just like
scary.
in and of itself is like
It's
I think
anxiety.
loving my accent, failing upwards and continuing to do so.
Falling upwards, but he's been failing and falling upwards his entire life.
Indeed.
But anyway, like at some point you pick a fight with the wrong person. And I mean, I think you have to wonder, like,
And I think a lot of it is he thinks that he's immune because he's part of the Trump administration. And I've got to wonder, the closer we get to midterms, how much is that immunity going to stick around?
He's gotten away with it for this long. He's been defaming people on Twitter since ever. As long as I can remember. He does it all the time. But people don't pursue it.
We're going to switch over to meme stock stuff and into this episode on the big ticket items. But we do have some meme stock lawsuits. One of them I didn't get the chance to get to, but there is some updates on this one. I'm sure it'll make people cringe. Not any of us, because I kind of saw it coming. We do have from back in July that in the Securities Exchange Commission versus Virtu, that they are working on a settlement, and that this is probably going to be settled out.
Yep.
Unsurprising, because I mean the new administration
was their expert. Yeah, that is unsurprising.
Yeah, like if you didn't see the writing on the wall, here's your sign.
Well, the craziest part is that they voluntarily let the SEC know about these issues, and they voluntarily gave them hundreds and thousands of records, their books, everything.
And were willing to pay.
And they actually they were in settlement talks. And from what I understand, the fine for this is like in around the $250,000 range. And Gary Gensler wanted like $1.something million in the fine. And Doug said no. I'm not going to do it. So it'll be interesting to see what that. Are those settlements public? Will we find out what they?
Yeah, because once you get a settlement,
they?
well,
The
I mean, we've
SEC will
seen
put
it.
it out.
Oh
It'll
yeah,
probably
the
be an
SEC.
8K.
Yeah. So that'll be public. So my guess is it's going to be somewhere around the original range that it was supposed to be.
Right. So trucking right along. So we're going to move into the MMTLP news. Did you guys see this tweet from Jeff Davies? The rumor on the street is that Greg McCabe is out at NextBridge.
Don't
Given
worry,
some of the
Disney's
email
on the
stuff
text
we've
case.
seen, I don't know about that, but it is kind of interesting.
You have where Busy posted his text messages with Greg McCabe?
No, because I thought that was kind of silly. But yes, that did happen where
Apparently a
He
lot
asked
of
him
them.
about this.
It was about this.
Yeah, it was about
Yeah,
this.
no, I know with the text, like Greg McCabe basically, like Busy Bands texted allegedly, much like, Jeff Davies' sources allegedly said.
I mean, I can text him right now too. I can just.
You're right. That's what I said. Yeah. Like I can put any phone number in my phone and make the contact information Greg McCabe and say that I texted Greg McCabe. Doesn't mean I texted Greg McCabe. And this is the group of people who were, when we were talking about the well, that tips that hat. but when we were talking about like when the Ora Grande leases went up, that they never mentioned it in advance, and then suddenly we're just shocked and surprised. But supposedly they have inside contacts. Trust me, bro.
Well, I mean, you would have known if you paid attention to the reason that they said that they were redoing their financials, because they said that there was like a question about the leases, which
it's the asset value that they.
Well, no, they told them to write it down because there was a question about if they were going to continue the leases or not. Like, that's why it was weird when they did it when they did.
But another thing they're having to redo on those financials is their estimated valuation, because they gave an estimated valuation of like
of zero, which they shouldn't have done for those 2 years, is what they were saying. They should have done it.
I thought the original was like 2 or 3 billion.
Oh no, that they didn't have. It was like 70 something million.
The original asset value
that they put, in their 10K that they had, and then they changed it to zero. And then the SEC said, well, you changed it to zero in the wrong year.
Yeah. So the next thing that's coming up is the motion to quash. As soon as it came out Wednesday, I had a live stream about it, and also the Busy Brands junk savvy space of absolute stupidity, which, a brief aside from the document into that space.
We're talking about the meltdown about why they filed it in DC.
Well, we can get to that first, but I want to deal with the two grifters that were in that space. Number one, Frank Ness, who is an empty bag of air and something, because he was just there to basically pimp his blog and, pat all of them on the back. And the same for Bam, who was just there to pimp his fucking
vibration model.
Yeah, and talk about all this stuff. Like, it was stupid. I literally played the Jeopardy music over him because he talked nothing about the motion, because there is nothing up there. There is nothing that functions above the shoulders with him. He had nothing meaningful to add to the conversation. It was just there to pimp his shit.
I heard one of the MMTLPers call him a shill.
Because he is!
I was like, they got it right. Congratulations.
For once. He's a shill. It's hilariously easy to discover, as we will get to when we get to the Mullen stuff. Also, he's been radio silent since the 11th, other than this space call that he was in. So, yes, let's get to that discussion, because I had that discussion Wednesday when this came out, where they were talking about, they filed in DC. What shady stuff are they up to? Are they trying to send dog whistle messages? No. You guys want to give your reasons before I explain it? And
here, I can just show you
why they filed in DC. Yeah, they had to. Mm-hmm.
They must file the motion to quash in DC because that's where the compliance is required. DC is likely the correct jurisdiction, especially because they're a non-party to the
Yes.
bankruptcy.
Correct. There's
Thank you,
only
Ocelot.
one reason. Like I explained this Wednesday, but
I
the
thought it was they
reason-
were a federal
No.
regulator, but
No. What the reason is, like the only reason that Virtu, Citadel, and Anson funds submitted to filing it in the bankruptcy court in Nevada is because they wanted to joint file and save the legal fees of having one filing and one group of lawyers and one group of people that have to pro hoc vice to represent them in Nevada. Like FINRA doesn't have to deal with this shit, and they have other claims that wouldn't allow them to do a joint filing. So they filed it in the district that has jurisdiction over them. That's
where their headquarters are.
Bingo. That's it. It's that simple.
Yep.
That's simple. Thank you.
Well, I can tell you that the MMTLP crowd believes that it is because there are corrupt judges in DC, and FINRA thinks that they have an in with them.
I mean, I do appreciate the
but
creativity.
the interesting part is that you can look that up and you can find the same information that Ocelot gave them, but none of them chose to do that. They instead all pile into a frantic call and come up with the many reasons why, like on their own, right? Like this is what it is, and then they just continue to repeat that lie over and over again until it becomes true, I guess.
I guess. Any page numbers that you really like from this that you guys have handy, or we just want?
Oh my God! All the exhibits were great. So many.
I have so many.
They also. So one of the things that I kind of forgot was like me and Ocelot were talking about this was like the timeline about how they metamaterials settled with the SEC.
Yeah, because they brought that because like how can you bring claims against us when the company settled with the SEC claiming that they're the ones that were doing
look, I
fraud?
was about to send you my tweet. I was like, just put this up.
Okay.
And then 1 month later they filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's what I said. I was like, here comes FINRA, like how are you going to settle the MMAT CEO's charges for market manipulation and then try to cry market manipulation? I said, and why are you asking for MMTLP discovery in the MMAT bankruptcy? The fuck? Like, because, hold on, go back here so I can pull this up.
They also brought up something interesting while you're looking for that. How can they have claims over us about supposed market manipulation? Those are shareholder claims. This is the estate. How can the estate express shareholder claims?
Well, and they do mention in here too that like it's clear to them that this is like for some sort of pre-litigation fishing expedition. And I mean, same, it was clear to Virtu, Citadel, and Anson. And like, I mean, it's pretty clear to anyone who looked that this is them fishing for some sort of pre-litigation thing.
Well, and also the court only allowed them to do an examination and not documents, but yet they still sent out document requests to everybody. Yeah. Like, hello, you guys, can you read or what's happening here?
Well, and then on top of that, what was the other one that it was that they changed the approved order? They that this is shareholder claims, not estate claims, and that all the information you could get from FINRA, go talk to the brokers. Like that's where we get all of our information from. And that brings me back again to that conversation where Junk Savvy was saying that, I'm pretty sure it was Junk Savvy, was saying that, oh, well, it would be like they're talking about how it'd be a burden. Well, they've collected it all and everything. Burr.
No, yeah. How can it be an unduly burdensome? It's like, I heard too that what did Curtis say? He said that they are, what do you say? They're responsible for billions of trading records. I think like 25 million records is nothing. And like, so they're very focused on the unduly burdensome facts. And
because it's a killer. It's totally true.
Yeah.
It is unduly burdensome to them. And if you want to prove it, and like you can go get it from the brokers first, if they
doesn't he have share
back to arbitration again.
Don't you have share intel data? Like why do you?
Yeah. they clearly don't have enough evidence to build a case.
Clearly.
And they know it.
But yeah, so that was, what was the other one? Pat, did you have one? There's so many little nuggets in there.
Oh, about the lawsuit.
That they pretty much had teased out that, MMTLP lawsuit number 2 is coming soon.
Yeah.
Coming to a theater near you.
Actually, hold on. FINRA had 2 different declarations, 2 different people that worked there. One of them was in charge of like all the investigations. Mm-hmm. And she said that there are multiple ongoing investigations right now.
Oh,
and that was another
so that means that maybe some of the shills are up in the firing squad zone. Excellent. Or like other people involved, like McCabe and, some of these other people that seem to think that they're just so untouchable. Like, I don't know, maybe Georgie boy who can't stop running his fucking mouth.
I don't know about George. I don't know. Like when it comes to the MMTLP thing, I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know if he's really involved with that. Like, I mean, obviously he was involved with the Torchlight reverse merger, but we'll see, right? We'll see in the end what really goes on. The truth will come out eventually.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It will.
Do you know what this whole thing that John Bird is going on about was about? Because
this girl.
Well, first
you
of all,
have to go into George's tweet and then you have to go into Elf's tweet.
Like, we're talking about options? Is that what's going on here?
Those are basically, you can go back to that. You click into, there you go. So those are, she's basically looking at canceled orders.
Okay.
And saying that this is spoofing because they clearly don't understand how high frequency trading works. And this is what I try to tell that CEO of Quantum. Like, I don't think they understand that market makers sit on the bid and the ask in several different places all throughout, right? Like they have to do that by law. They have to be on both sides and to provide liquidity at all times. And so, but when those orders are not, like, if they're out there, then they just eventually get canceled. But they're
just like if I put in a limit order and decide to pull it.
Well, right. I mean, if they put something up on the bid side, nobody buys it, or they put something up on the sell side and nobody buys it, and vice versa, like those orders get pulled. Like it's what makers do, and they are saying that is spoofing. And they do it within restrictions, right? Like they can only be in so many places, sprinkled throughout all of those things, like on the bid and the ask. If they violate that, it's like an immediate violation. And like, I mean, there's all the rules of market making, but they are basically, they don't understand high frequency trading. They don't understand that makers sit on the bid and the ask throughout these stocks, and that if those trades nothing comes from them, then those trades get canceled. Or, I mean, not trades, but the quotes.
So yeah, a number of investigations remain outstanding.
The department has initiated, a number of investigations related to the trading of the MMTLP security. Certain of these investigations remain open and ongoing. Yeah. So I thought that was a very spicy little nugget right there. Especially this person is the head of the department who does this. She has supervisory responsibility for investigations related to the trading of the MMTLP security and the records maintained in those investigative files. I am familiar with the open and ongoing investigations, as well as the documents, data, and communications contained in FINRA's files maintained for those open and ongoing investigations. So there you go. That's how we know that there are open and ongoing investigations, right?
I heard them saying that the other day in the space. How did they know?
That's how.
Well, the Wells notices is how we knew.
The
first time.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, the voyage
they're literally saying it.
The issuers are being investigated.
Know what an issuer is.
Yeah, you have to know what an issuer is first to be able to understand what
She
that
also
means.
believes that the SEC lost their case against Atlas. She doesn't understand that that was the DOJ case, that it is
And
coming
this
back
SEC
into
one's still open. It's just waiting on the
the
DOJ.
SEC was stayed until pending the DOJ case.
And it was also dismissed without prejudice, which means they can do it again if they want to.
It was up on appeal. That appeal is going to, like, that they're doing a what's the hearing that they're doing in September?
Yeah, they're doing a hearing on the two filings on the appeal.
Correct.
Yeah, and also pro tip: if you want a brief look of where the defendant thinks this case is going, he's currently hiding in Vietnam right now. So,
correct.
If you want to know how he thinks this is going to go down,
they think Atlas was found not guilty, and they are, the SEC has already lost one of these cases. I'm like, when I heard her say that, like I was listening to a recording today, I heard her say that, and I was like, you don't know that this wasn't the SEC case?
Yeah, this
that case is case. Yeah, it's pending the DOJ case. Like, the SEC state case is still coming, sweetheart. Like, yeah, I'm just like, and this person is leading the masses. She is their leader.
Yeah, and the dude got and Zach Morris had a hissy fit with his lawyer and then ran off to Vietnam to hide. Like, if you don't understand that, like, it's like that meme. Are we the baddies? Yes, you are the baddies. You're supporting the criminals. Congratulations.
Well, what's criminal is their lack of understanding of literally anything.
Like, okay, so she says volume picked up dramatically when options started trading in Torch in June of 21.
Oh yeah, there's this whole they're convinced that
wasn't June of 21 when they did the reverse merger.
Yes. And the options change.
That's probably why the volume picked up, was because they had social media campaigns.
Well, and so what they'll do
is
they'll open an options chain if there is demand for an options chain, right? Like, there's no time or anything. Like, if there's these IPOs, like FIG got options pretty quickly because the demand was so high. So, like, that's really the only criteria is, like, if the demand is there, then they'll open an options chain for these things. And so they think there's some big conspiracy about when they opened the options chain and how they were using the options chain to hide the naked shouts.
But we've already discussed that you can't use options as a locator.
Oh, well, John Berta thinks that you can marry,
that was in his tweet.
Marry puts and calls. Like, the same thing we've been hearing for 4 years.
Like, these guys are
they don't understand
idiots.
Synthetic long positions or synthetic short positions, right? Like, a synthetic long position, for everyone who is curious, is like, if I wanted to be long Tesla,
I could buy an in the money call.
A deep in the money call. You would buy a deep in the money call for a fraction of the price that you would pay for 100 shares on the open market. So that's what a synthetic long position is, because the deep in the money calls will move almost identical to how the stock moves, right? Like, as far as like in the ups and the downs, right? So they will move the same way. And so you can buy a deep in the money call and you can exercise it. If you want to keep that position, you can roll them. You can do that's what a synthetic long is. You can do the same thing on the other side. That's all those positions are. It doesn't mean that they're using the options to naked short, or they think that they're using the options as locates, as if an options contract will, they'll be like, yeah, I can get a locate. Don't worry about it. Here's my options contract.
No. I mean, as we told the Savvy, they got in trouble. The SEC can identify these people. They got in trouble. They had something that was even more liquid and usable than options. They had convertible bonds.
Oh, was it bonds?
They were told, no, that's not a locate.
Are you sure they didn't have convertible bonds. They had warrants.
Or warrants. Yeah, it was one of the two. Yeah. But yeah.
I was like, they're not that smart. Yeah, they had warrants.
But we also have something else that came up.
Oh,
So there were 3 motions that came out this week. 2 of them were pretty expected. Basically, Jiz's motion to vacate the stay as to the non-bankrupt defendants, which makes sense. You don't get to bankruptcy stay out of all of this, so everyone else.
Yeah, it is weird because she didn't even have MMAT shares, so it does seem a little strange that they stayed it due to the MMAT bankruptcy.
But since MMAT is a defendant,
are they though?
Let me check. Parties, defendants. Crenshaw, Depository Trust, Stigwood Trust, Fidelity, George McCabe, John Berta, John Herding, Hannah, Exbridge Hydrocarbons, Securities Exchange.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
What? Why did they get the stay then even?
That's what I mean. It's super confusing. And it makes no sense. Like, how would a
non-bankrupt defendant ask for a bankruptcy stay? What? Okay, that makes me even like, I'll have to go back and look at that, because that I had originally thought they got the stay because of the. I'll have to actually look and see what the stay is about.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either until I think maybe like yesterday or the day before yesterday. I was like, wait, what? Like, that's confusing.
Well, but the board of directors aren't the company anymore. The company's bankrupt. It was turned over to the trustees. So what if the directors were on the board?
Yeah, it's weird. And then also so Hudspeth was a subsidiary of Metamaterials, and so it turns out the Metamaterials insurance is what's paying for all of these director lawsuits.
That could be why it's being stayed, because they don't want that affecting the. Okay, so as to the director,
no, they've already gotten approval though to get payouts for various lawsuits for the directors of Nexbridge from Metamaterials.
oh wow!
This makes no sense. What?
Yeah, it's weird.
Does it have anything to do with like the?
Did you realize? Because I feel like I maybe forgot, but they started paying the Nexbridge board in 2021.
Yes, he had already they remember the thing that said
the emails.
I forgot.
He had hired them and was
forget
paying them
it's so crazy,
an absurd amount of money.
Right. Yeah, like a full-on salary for each person in Nexbridge before Nexbridge even existed.
Yeah, because the plan was always to spin it out. That's why what was it, like less than 60 days after the merger, or how long was it? I can't remember. Berta called up the MMAT board and said, take the asset sale off the table. And they agreed to it. And they did. They took it off the table and then spun it out.
Yeah, so we also
he's already paying the executives at that point.
So go to Exhibit D on August 14th. That's the best one.
Well, before we get there, I wanted to get the supplement record here, which I believe is about the intertangled conflict of interest between all the lawyers involved in this and the bankruptcy and all of that. I think we brought that up, so I just wanted to briefly mention that. And then we have the motion to enter new evidence, and you said Exhibit D, correct?
Yeah, this is a very, very interesting one. So apparently, the full story is that they had done an original books and records request in November of 2024, right? So she did one, Scott did one, like a few other people did them, which I mean makes sense, right? And not only that, but it's
perfectly reasonable
by law. That is just a right that shareholders have. They can make that request at any time. But especially for this company where they haven't filed their financials in so long and they're so late, it would make even more sense. So they didn't answer them. So she followed up on August 10th and she made another request. And that's her follow-up. She's attaching a letter. She's being super polite. She is giving them, the laws that she's going by. And then McCabe inadvertently replies all. And
it's such a boomer move. Who hits reply all?
Jason Square
somebody,
and Jen Vetrano.
Correct. Somebody who has an AOL account, and that's what.
Okay, AOL. Now that they're.
I think they're finally actually going away for real.
If he has an AOL account, Is his services being affected by AOL finally turning off their dial-up internet service?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I still have a Yahoo account.
Okay, but I mean, you're not conducting business with your Yahoo account, right?
No.
Or are you? Okay,
No.
I'm like, Amy, come on.
I have a Hotmail. I mean, a Hotmail, Gmail account as well. But I do have a Yahoo
That's
account.
an interesting question.
Not on purpose, because this makes them look really bad, and also makes her request for books and records seem
Look
even more important.
reasonable.
Right. So he says,
Especially since we haven't gotten a
and he pretty
shareholders
much
meeting on
admits
top
to
of that.
ignoring shareholders. Here.
It's crazy. On purpose.
You're violating your fiduciary duty.
Right. You can't just say, "Oh, I didn't see it,"
here. Yeah.
or something like that. He goes, Jason and Jason. And then he calls it a harassment campaign. This appears to be part of the continued harassment campaign against the company in an effort to bankrupt us. So then also that's another thing is like, if a books and records request is going to bankrupt you, like
There's
that
some
would,
other
But how would it
concerns in there.
bankrupt them? Like,
you have some serious issues. Not only that, but like, let me see
is
those
it
books
not
and
just
records
like a
even more.
attachment to an email, or?
This really puts into context something we're going to talk about later on down the line.
Well, it would be,
But how, like logistically, how would it bankrupt him?
Yeah.
I mean,
not at all.
the 10K is going to bankrupt them. Just should get
Yeah,
it audited
so
and sign
basically-
off on it.
Basically, he's saying the truth about their books and records
We'll
is
bankrupt them. Do you think I need to respond to this one? Also, our PR firm has received the
why
same
do they have a
letter
PR firm?
from, because that's all they do is they don't do 8Ks. They only put out PR forms and that's it. They don't file
So this is
anything
a
with
company
SEC.
that, like here's the thing stacked up. So books and records request, not doing it. Can't do a shareholders meeting. Can't get reliable financial information out on their SEC filings for their quarterly and annual reports.
On Friday, they just filed that they're going to be
required.
late with their next 10Q.
Oh, jumping ahead in the script there.
Oh, sorry.
But we'll get to that in a second. Continuing.
But yeah, hold on. Go back up so I can just finish what he said. Our PR firm has received the same letter from Trout and his crew. I was going to ignore it as well. Please let me know your thoughts, Greg. Scroll up a little bit more. Oh, wait, scroll down. Down. And then after he sends that, he sends another
Please
message.
disregard and delete.
Which makes it even worse. Okay, rather.
Let's go through this thought process. Are you like, oh, if they delete it, then somehow it won't continue. Like it'll just disappear from Jennifer because like you sent it to everyone, dum-dum.
Delete the email I inadvertently sent less than 20 minutes ago.
Jennifer's reply to his attorneys here because I love it.
Yeah. She said, "Hi, Jason and Jason. Appreciate the update from your client, Jen."
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jasons. Plural, Jasons. Okay,
Fire.
So funny. So crazy. Like, and good for her, right? Like, a shareholder, you have your rights. You should not just bitch on Twitter about it. Like, this is how you actually get what you want.
Yep.
Absolutely. Now, of course, there was some masterful levels of
Jason's.
There was some masterful levels of cope related to this.
Oh man. Joe Savvy was up at like 4:45 in the morning. She had to get to work
today. Yeah, it was. They were in damage control mode today.
Yeah,
hardcore.
I don't know why he would do that. He addressed it to Jason and Jason. So, but she has now published that publicly. And
why wouldn't you? Like,
she only published it on the docket in court.
Yeah.
And then other people like me
found it. Yeah. Because we're nosy.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you publish that on the docket? Are you kidding me?
Right. Exactly.
Like this is clear. This clearly shows that like NextBridge is just they don't give a fuck about their shareholders.
Right. And then these people want to pretend like they care so much about transparency, but like
or transparency, or I mean, like you name it.
Like they never have.
But what's interesting is she says it's part of a pattern of behavior that Mr. McCabe is denying shareholders access to information she argues they're legally entitled to. I don't.
They are their shareholders.
No, she believes she's about. I don't know if you have that part of it, but she gets into how you have to have upwards of 30 million shares to be able to request books and records. I'm like,
because Nevada has this stupid requirement that in order to file for books and records, you have to have a group of people that constitute 15% of the shares or a 15% shareholder.
Nevada has that rule?
It's dumb. That's why all the crime goes to Nevada. In Delaware, you only need one fucking share and you can ask for books and records so long as you have a legitimate lawsuit, you know, legitimate claims that you're pursuing.
I was going to say, didn't the Elon, the guy who brought the
didn't he have one share?
Like I think it was like single digits for sure.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure it was around 10. But like
it was double digits. Sorry, I thought it was less than that. I thought it was like 7. But
but in Nevada, the requirement is you must have a group of shareholders that constitute 15% or a shareholder who has 15%, which is why Greg McCabe can be this like shithead. Like there's a reason why all the criminal enterprises go to Nevada, because Nevada law protects them from and allows them and implicates them and allows them to do their bullshit.
Well, here's the thing. Let me share my screen really quick because I'm like studying for the SIE, like just for fun, basically. And literally chapter 1 is about common stock. And in here you have this is the characteristics of common stock. You have the right to inspect books and records, right? And then it tells you that the SEC also enforces reporting requirements for publicly traded companies by requiring these documents to be created and distributed regularly, right? Which these documents, they have not been distributing regularly. So I feel like she could get around that requirement because they're not.
They're not providing a shareholders meeting. There's a requirement almost under every state law that you have to have a shareholders meeting at least once every 12 to 14 months.
They're a publicly reporting company and they're not reporting anything.
They maintain influence over big decisions because they're the ones who are supposed to be voting on who's on the board, and they've never been able to do that.
Right.
Like it tells you how they're able to vote and everything, but they've never even had a shareholder meeting ever, and they've never been able to vote on anything ever.
I don't think they probably don't plan on it.
No, it doesn't feel like it. But you know, Greg's fighting for the shareholders. Allegedly.
Oh yeah, obviously, 100%. Anyway.
Actually believe that is the case under Nevada law. But what actually is interesting is that if you read the email, it says, number 1, this appears to be, which is a statement of opinion, a continued harassment campaign against the company in effort to bankrupt us. I ignored it last time. Do you think I need to respond to this one? So rather than just ignoring it, he actually did reach out to his attorneys and say, hey, do we need to finally respond to this? So it looks like he is attempting to take some action. But
he's attempting to take action to be evasive. And if his lawyers are seriously suggesting that he should ignore shareholders, that's even more like...
Yeah, that's worse.
And like, why doesn't she want transparency?
The spin is
because it's never been about transparency with these grifters. Never.
Well, and that the spin on this is incredible. But go ahead.
It is incredible, actually.
Oh, are we done? Okay.
Oh yeah, I think it's only like 10 more seconds. Let me see here real quick.
What I find more disturbing is that typically with communications like this,
I think there's a second one.
And privileged information is...
it's not privileged. You want to know why? You're like, this happened...
They're a publicly reporting company.
This happened in the case with frickin', what's his name? When he got sued for defamation by the Sandy Hook crew.
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, like when you send it, when you send it out, tough noogies. It's not privileged anymore. That's what happened with Pulte and the whole Charles.
You know who's about to learn that lesson the hard way? Justin's son.
Yeah, like when you send it out, tough noogies. It's public record.
Shared accidentally. She has chosen to put it on a public docket. So
too fucking bad, bitch.
there you go, guys.
But that's supposed to be some mic drop gotcha.
But we don't like it.
That's her big gotcha. Well, he accidentally sent it, so you should just, not put that on.
Don't worry, guys. Like, we don't need our company that we're invested in to ever tell us their financials. Like, that's totally fine if they shit all over shareholders. Like, it's okay. Mm-hmm. We should enjoy that and be mad at people who actually want transparency.
Yeah, you should hate Jennifer for informing all of you of what's happening and being transparent. You should be really mad at her for that.
And if anybody wants an S1, well, they already said they need to do their 10Ks in order to get that S1 effective, which doesn't look like they're planning to ever do a 10K at this point. Like, clearly.
Why would you?
Again, Mr. McCabe is expressing his opinion. It appears this to be part of a harassment campaign. You guys know, based on, the PR that was put out regarding tortious interference.
Yeah, okay. Let's get an update on that PR. I mean, is Wes Christian still working for the company? Like, does the company even have money to pay him?
He's not working.
I guess we'll never know.
No, he cut ties. He put that in the thing, like that he cut ties and he's no longer representing so that he could be in the MMAT bankruptcy.
Yep. So then this came out Friday, last day, that they said, oh, we're going to be late with our 10Q, which
well, they've been late with everything so far.
Yeah. They haven't done their either 10Q for this year. They still need to do 2023 and 2024's 10K, which
do
doesn't
they feel
look
like the SEC is a part of this harassment campaign to bankrupt them too? Or?
They tried to make that argument, and the SEC told them, no, if you're going to put that in a filing, there's going to be problems. So you might want to fucking fix that.
Well, they also said that they were going to put the SEC communication on their website and be transparent about that, and they never did. But, let's just forget about that stuff too.
Yeah. Holding them accountable is not really the goal here, guys.
No.
These scamcos are really predictable in how bad they are. Yeah, the drama does never end. They're like, we're trying to reach out and find new stuff. Like we've been talking about Open Door and Wolfspeed. But man, the reason why we keep coming back to the oldies but goodies is it just the circus never ends.
Well, and
it is always open.
Junk believes that as long as we're talking about it, they're winning. So
see, that's the other thing.
Like such circular logic, right? Like
really,
they keep talking about us, so we're winning, and we keep talking about them because
it's hilarious.
Fucking insanity robots.
I have this conversation every single time. It's like, oh, are we getting to you? Or this? No, it's like I'm not mad at all.
They're like the pressure must be building for them.
Is mad at the clowns? No.
Yeah, they're like the pressure must just be. They just must be dying under the pressure. I'm like, what pressure? Like
the pressure of how much money I'm going to make from my Qualcomm shares,
right? Like I have Nucor and like real legitimate companies. Like I'm not like I just talk about you because you're fucking crazy people. Like that's like you don't need reality television. Like I can come point and laugh right here.
Well, yeah, because it's unpredictable. Like I can never honestly predict how people are going to interpret things, and it's always extremely entertaining.
Absolutely.
Of that in our new favorite clown show.
Oh, Lordy.
So who all wants to go, don't jump the script here. Who all wants to go to the haters ball where the shills will get to ask questions of the CEO and their team and give them the tough questions to quantum biopharmaceuticals. Yeah, who is down for this? Who's in for this?
Me.
Down? Are you down? Are you down, Amy? Are you really down?
No, because I don't have questions about quantum. I have questions for Kevin Malone.
Well, having to do with his quantum position, or because that would be quantum related. About something else.
I have a couple of questions about.
Like, are you really a financial advisor?
I would like to see the records of him passing financial exams. I would like to know if he understands that he is tweeting out actual market manipulation. I would like to know if he thinks that posting fake PRs to artificially
and fake
drop
charts.
the price of the stock, and then then 20 minutes to an hour later, putting out
changing
the positions. Like if he really believes that that's not market manipulation because he's quote unquote trapping the shorts, like you can't put a sticker on it and say, but I'm fighting market manipulation while you manipulate the market. Like I have a bunch of questions for Kevin Malone.
So
Kevin,
but
that's not what it's about. It's not about asking Kevin Malone questions.
So
I
like,
mean,
well, I
I
do have
pretty much
questions
posed
about-
my opinion on the spoofing lawsuit to the CEO, who said that they had experts, and I'm like, which experts?
Well,
Because
also speaking of that lawsuit,
Sports
like the only questions I have are Ocelot's questions that I tagged the CEO in, which
And you
made him
got
block
blocked
both of
for it.
us. Right.
Yeah.
Which were who's behind Sports Code LLC, and also what percentage of the proceeds would go to Sports Code LLC.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I want to know.
And also, so they changed course on the Basher's Ball. You have to show now that you have a short position. Hey, Kevin, tell you what, you give me your shares as locates.
I was going to say, I can show you how Fidelity keeps on rejecting my order. But that's about it.
So I love how that goalpost moved rather rapidly.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
and that's what he always said. He's like,
literally a day later.
He'll always pull that card. It's such a
Raman's saying
card.
that he's unblocked. I'm still blocked by Kevin Malone. So
yeah, you can work on that for Platinum and Ocelot for us. Be appreciated. Also, nice joke there. A key element of being guilty of market manipulation is to be successful in the trade. Right now, I mean, his clients haven't been successful, but he sure has. He's made money. He got paid by the company in shares. So there you go. So no, it's not so much on the haters ball there. Don't get that. But we do get this next thing here where Kevin Malone, speaking of the press release stuff, so he announces resignation, talking about that the company and him had certain obligations and that it would prevent them from, that he was parting ways to prevent them from being, what was the quote here? I got to find it. Mutually agreed to step suing company to continue to execute significant strategies, sister and shareholders to avoid potential external regulatory and compliance distractions. And then, like, what, 24 hours later? Whoops, never mind. Like, and the stock went down. Like this gimmick didn't even fucking work. That's
no, because then it did turn around and go back up when he released that.
But it didn't ever get back green that day, though.
And then it went back down.
Yeah. And then, of course, he tried to be real fucking
cute. But they like celebrate it, which is, it's scary how many people don't realize or think it's okay because
perform literal market manipulation.
Because he's quote unquote trapping the shorts. They think it's okay. Like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy.
And then they had the whole giveaway thing. I didn't pay too much attention to this.
The whole giveaway thing was really fucking weird.
Any like insight on what this whole giveaway thing was?
They're doing like a share, like this person.
So that girl gives away
some
shares.
kind of like share match, like if they.
She gives away GME shares all the time, and I guess she's gonna give away quantum shares now. I don't know.
Which in the Morelli trust that they use or whatever it's not like.
Yeah, it's not like
computer share where you can buy and sell. It's where
you can just do it electronically. Yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah. So like the push and the giveaway stuff is like that should be sus to everyone. Because Kevin Malone isn't locking up his client shares.
Yeah. So that pretty much ends it for quantum. I wanted to bring up something briefly because I know you had questions about it because they were talking about the shares. What was the whole thing with GNS about the shares that you had questions about? Were they saying that there was like fake shares or what was?
Oh, the Mo and Ritz
Mhm.
shares that like they were saying. Where's that thing that I sent you? Hold on. Did I send it to just you? Yeah. Just go in our messages. It's right there.
Oh, not here. 1 second. I'll switch to it.
The tweet's there too. I don't know if you want to pull it up. Yeah. So pursuant to the 11th Circuit Court ruling, certain fraudulently issued shares totaling over 73 million shares were ineligible to vote. The currently identified shares that comprise a portion of that total are noted below.
Yeah. So what was happening basically?
But those are shares that came from the merger.
Correct.
So like if you look at the comments, like it says like, oh my God, this is it. We've proven the counterfeit shares. And like, I'm like, bro,
no.
That
what happened was
GNS.
Yeah, what happened was GNS bought out LZG, like we had talked about before, and those shares were in lockup as to what they were, what shares that they got as part of the buyout. They went to get the shares from VStock, which is a transfer agent, to be able to sell them, and GNS tried to stop VStock from doing that, and VStock was like, "You guys had an agreement. So like we're sending these unless you get a court order," which is what they did. That's the whole appeal and all that stuff was about stopping them from issuing out the shares.
So I haven't pulled up that case, so I don't know what the 11th Circuit Court there is talking about, but I don't think that these were fraudulently issued shares. Right?
It was fraudulent. It was. They weren't like pursuant to the agreement. They weren't fraudulently issued, but since the agreement was induced in fraud, then yes, the getting those shares was the fraud that took place in the inducement. So like,
okay.
Yes and no. Like the agreement says they get the shares, so that's not the fraud. The fraud was, the company was bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's not counterfeit shares.
Right, correct.
The shares were issued by GNS.
Yes, correct.
Correct?
Yes. That's the difference. They're like they're not naked shorts. They're not like
not counterfeit
share. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So like, I don't. If you look at the comments, you'll see where they all are like, "We finally have the proof," and it's like, nope. Nope.
Smoking gun.
You don't.
Smoking gun that's not so smoking. In fact, I have the card right here that says the revolver was not the murder weapon.
This is crazy. Like, and again, it's like just a little.
How many times this week did we get teased with a West Christian lawsuit by
I think
GNS?
since I called them out, and they actually replied to me, which is very rare. I think since I called them out about it, they've like hit the gas on posting about it, which is hilarious to me. Like
because it keeps on not coming true every time.
Yeah, I enjoy that I made you feel that.
You know what's my new favorite hobby horse with X Market News is calling out their inability to actually read court filings.
Yeah,
like the I don't know if I have it here, but I did post about it where they were like, "Oh, in the lawsuit against Ritz and Mo that." That their lawyers were ordered by the court. And it's like, no, first of all, the lawyers asked. Like, it's all in how they worded the tweet. The lawyers asked to be removed from the case due to conflict of interest, number one. Number two, the only thing the court has sent out an order out is a show cause order to, for the lawyers to explain, because if a party is going to be left without lawyers, like this happened with the whole Zach Morris thing, you need to explain to the court why you should leave the case if you're the only legal representation they have. You can't just up and leave. So that was the other thing. And the final thing it was a proposed order by the attorney. If you read the header, it says proposed order. Like this is the elite level research that I'm doing by just reading the docket.
Wait, hinting the lawsuit, or was that okay? So I think it was June where they first made the announcement that they were in the final stages of review for the lawsuit, right? And then all of July, X Market News, aka MMAT News back in the day, until MMAT went bankrupt and they had to change their name.
I did see a funny comment on one of their posts that said, "Convince me this is not Kevin Malone."
You know what? I've heard people say that it's George Palacaris.
No, definitely not. I don't think so.
Well, now it's Kevin Malone. So
I can deny that.
But I don't ever remember, because it was MMAT, it was MMAT News.
MMAT News is what they were.
Yeah.
And then MMAT declared Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and they said, "Oh, actually, I'm X Market News now," and I'm still going to keep on posting.
Just joking, guys.
But we do.
But I don't really post about the market. I exclusively post about quantum and geonuts.
We have figured out that Mark Bazile can indeed serve Mitts and Rowe.
Yes.
So
true.
Going places.
Look at that. And he got them back on there too. He didn't have to refile a lawsuit or anything. He got them back on there as defendants. So good job, Bazile.
Yeah. See, we can be nice to people, even if I razz them.
I mean, it's just
the
truth,
lovely.
right? It's just an observation. Whatever. That's what happened.
I think we're lovely people.
Oh, so we got to talk. We're in shitco earnings season, so we talked about MMTLP.
Wait, did you see the breaking news?
Wait, what?
Did you see the breaking news?
No.
Charlie Gasparino deleted more BBBYQ tweets.
Oh no!
Wait, did you see the breaking news that we found out why?
Oh, did he say why?
Oh my God, it's in your thread. Okay, it's a reply to me.
I have a confession.
Okay.
I don't read all of the comments.
Oh my. Breaking news, we know why.
What did he say?
You want to know? Hold on. Oh my God, it's actually kind of crazy.
In fact,
was it the reason that I said it was?
We'll skip ahead to the Bed Bath & Beyond stuff that I had scheduled.
Irrelevant and nobody gives a fuck about them anymore?
I mean, that is one interpretation. Well, actually, it was a really, really funny exchange, the whole thing that happened.
I did reply to because he asked me about,
because I got tagged on your thread.
Yeah, so I got the one. I saw the one where he asked me about if anybody has added up the total amount of BBYQ tweets, and I was like, oh Lord, I have not, and nor will I.
Oh, this thread that I didn't read at all when I saw it because it was really just dumb.
Yeah, so this is Amy's post. I replied to it with a eating popcorn gif, right? Whatever. And then I got tagged.
I thought that was me and you.
Delete all of his BBBY posts and now starting to delete his BBYQ posts. Can you and then he tags me. Help me out here. Thanks. So I said, plan admin sent him a null void
nicer than me.
And worthless questionnaire. Okay, but if you understand the joke,
right.
It's actually really funny in my opinion.
It's funny.
And then what made it even funnier was the fact that I don't think he actually understood the joke until later, because he retweeted that and was like, look at her.
He's doubling down.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Right. And I ended up responding to him because he goes, the planned admin for BBBY sent a null void and worthless questionnaire to Gasparino, and that's why he deleted his posts on X. I'm fucking dead. Want to try again? Right. And so when he had retweeted it, and I responded to his retweet and put the null, his transfer agent submitted the 3 attached null void and worthless questionnaires to Gasparino to complete the deletion process. I have been informed by the DTC that the process has been completed.
That
and all
was so
cases-
funny. Like the
I
big,
thought
the
so
big
too.
Gasparino and the big
I was
tweets. Like
dying.
when I saw that, I fell out. I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Because then he replies and he's like, oh my God, you're doubling down. Thanks for this. You're actually making my day. It's a bit sad, but oh well, you deserve it. And of course I like that because it's hilarious. Okay.
Mhm.
So then I checked this morning and he deleted that tweet that where he had retweeted me. So I'm like, why'd you delete? Did you get a null, void, and worthless question approved? And then he said, because I don't want you and your negative energy stuck on my timeline.
Oh,
Liar.
that begins.
Liar.
So I said,
You didn't get what she said.
I said, maybe Gasparino doesn't want BYQ garbage on his timeline.
Just a
Gasparino
thought.
said,
Oh.
just a thought. So there we go. Breaking news, guys. He didn't want it on his timeline, believe it or not. Look at that. We solved it together, Leroy, me and you.
It was a team effort.
You said we solved it together?
Yes, me and Leroy solved it together.
Oh.
So, hey, Amy, maybe
That's
you can
great.
help us out here with this one because you're our Solana sleuth.
Okay.
Has anyone done a ledger examination of when the PPC show posts about PP token and how soon there's a large liquidity draw?
I have not looked at it, but I can look at it.
Yeah, and like not like right now, but let's put a pin in it.
I can pull up Arkham, but like it gets very.
Yeah, we can put a pin in it and we'll come back to it next week or something.
Like that becomes.
Rob K. Leroy's not keeping track close enough of our tweets, okay, or else he would understand what's actually happening here.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's what I said. I was like,
he's not keeping track enough.
Yeah. Well, that's what I kind of said to him. I was like, just because you're a stalker who looks at every time he deletes a tweet doesn't mean that he has to tell you why he did it. You don't get to demand, like, this is our Twitter. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do with it. Yeah. And nobody owes you a goddamn thing.
So let's take our moment to look at the wild option. How successful is Zeke Michael?
Here's an incredible story about how I didn't actually lose money on my worthless options.
About that.
Tell us about it, Michael.
Gosh, this guy strikes out.
So what amazing moves did he make? What did he say? Can you go back to his tweet?
I'm still waiting for the amazing moves that he's made. I'm pretty sure they don't exist.
Did he explain it in his tweet? Go back to the tweet. I was curious. I shift around my initial position from the 420.69. I still think these 23s for August 15th are the best. Oh, okay. This is older then.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Perfect.
My position is still down, but I'm very sure it will recover. I'll bet. I think I said this already, but he's probably always very sure that it will recover beautifully very soon, and that's why he ends up with $0 and needs to like beg for money on Twitter.
Here's an option. If you don't here's something. If you don't understand how options operate, don't use them. Please don't.
And Michael 1000% doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
Or like if you need to borrow money to
you shouldn't
put
be
money into
trade options. Maybe don't.
Be trading options.
Don't do it.
It's called gambling. Gambling addiction.
Yeah.
Like make sure everything is paid off first of all. Make sure you have some savings just in case, and then invest.
Put the $420.69 into fractional SPY.
I'm not going to go over this entire
1
hour, 30-minute abomination, but I will ask Platinum for the cliff notes because she's probably listened to it. Is it all dumb?
Well, obviously, like look at what he's saying. Shareholder
the credit bid.
Hello. Like it's completely ridiculous. He's trying to say there's a credit bid still that happened in July of 2023.
Fantastic. After all the asset sales were done?
Well, so it's like,
what were they bidding on?
Is he not reading the docket anymore? I'm
no.
really confused.
Just like I told Leroy, like even the Bed Bath & Beyond store that opened on August 8th, like there is like the entire thing has moved on. And Jake's still talking about a credit bid.
He's always going to pretend like
it's
this.
Literally a completely different, like it's Beyond and Kirkland's. Like,
Jake is living Groundhog Day in real life.
it's crazy.
He really is. And he doesn't want to just face what's actually happening, which, I mean, it's very easy to see what's here. I'll show you right now.
Go right ahead. Yeah.
Let's see. Docket. Right now it's doc 3928. And this is another one of the plan administrators. So all he's doing right now is claims. That's it. So if you see, which you will see, because this motion to extend claims will expire in September, and he's not done. So we'll probably see another motion to extend the claim soon, and he'll update everybody on how much money he's brought in, what is going on. Like this right here tells you exactly what he's done. So he has reconciled claims, concluded asset sales, gotten refunds from like the IRS and stuff, prosecuting causes of action, so on. Basically, he's like suing Ryan Cohen, suing HBC.
Yep.
He's prepared and filed all the PCRs. The PCRs will tell you like all the money that came in, all the money that's going out, and made distributions on class 3 and class 4 so far, but not enough to start like the sharing mechanism, which is very far away still. But yeah, so for anyone wondering, the waterfall started in 2023.
Yeah.
And
ironically
yes,
enough, when all the shares got canceled and
BBYQ is over.
it's
like
over,
so
over.
long over.
Over.
Like beyond over. Like they don't even have shares in their accounts because the
Nothing.
plan administrator filed the null, void, and worthless questionnaire with the DTC, and that removed the shares from everybody's accounts.
Yes.
Like that's what got them all deleted. Like that's
Mhm.
what happened. So they don't even have shares in their accounts, and they're still
over.
Now the $1 million question is, which was the stupider video, over hour-long video this week? Jake 2B's continual attempts to make fetch happen, or Michael's
like that.
conspiracy Epstein web that he posted to his YouTube channel.
Oh, I didn't even watch that, nor do I want to.
I don't want to either. I just saw it pop up in my 4K video downloader, and I'm like, that's going in the archive and staying there, never to be seen until I need it to make fun of him.
That goes in that folder.
Yeah, I know, right? The special ed folder. The short bus folder, as we call it.
I was like, please don't make us watch that.
But as I was saying,
oh my God,
that brief detour.
Okay, so real quick, just I want to preface this with Junk Savvy in that same space that you pulled up earlier, was talking about how Mullen is the victim of wash shales and naked shorting.
Oh my God.
Mullen. Like, I thought everybody understood that
Mullen is a dilution machine. And the only people that don't understand it is BAM, and apparently now Junk Savvy and
wash sales. She's like, they've been forced to do 10 reverse split. I'm like,
no, they haven't been forced.
Are you kidding? Like, is this a thing? Like, it is. And she believes that. She knows nothing of the ungodly amount of dilution and the warrants and the convertibles. And like, when she said that, when it came out of her mouth, I was like, I know she didn't just say Mullen. I know she didn't say Mullen.
Michael must be going through it. Yeah, well, Michael is. There was a new rules from the show that fudge.
What is it? Is it the tunnel to full psychosis, or?
Well, yeah. Well, there's an episode of there's an episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, a New Rules episode during like when 9/11 trutherism was real big in 2007, and they tried to basically heckle him because he came out against, like, obviously the 9/11 truther movement. And he's like, if you believe that the government did a 9/11, maybe Paxil is right for you. And that's my prescription for Michael. Paxil is right for you. Please get yourself medicated.
I mean, Paxil is just like an anti-anxiety, and Michael needs like antipsychotics. Just saying.
Gotta ban Twitch bots. Man, I'm trying to figure out who has the bigger problem with bots, X or Twitch.
Speaking of Bill Maher, did you get to read any of the Laura Loomer Depot?
No, I haven't. We'll get to that later. But yeah, so we're in shitco earnings season, starting with Bollinger's earnings report. I can't wait. I bet their consolidated financials are abhorrent.
Right, fantastic, right? I mean, why
Wow, that shareholder equity.
people want to wash sale it and naked short it. So I mean, yeah, I don't.
So we have total shareholder equity as a deficit of $107 million. Really working great for you guys.
Beautiful.
How much did they have for earnings for the quarter end? They found a way to lose $130 million. Wait, what? Net earnings loss per share? Wait, what? That's not a glitch, right?
Nope. But hey, it's down from 95 million.
Usually those are like change in your pocket per share. This is like per shareholder losing $11,000. Like, how do you
Is that period?
Do that?
Oh, sorry, I thought those were commas. Oh no, the 95 million is commas.
Oh yeah, from the previous same quarter last year. Yeah.
So they're on the upswing.
They're getting better. Still horrible. Oh my goodness. We also did get other information from this that is really important and also really funny. Like we got the litigation stuff. We have creditor litigation. 8 legal. Where are these? I need to find them. 8 legal proceedings have been filed and are pending against the company's majority owns. Against the subsidiary, Bollinger Motors. That's interesting. Yeah, that's the financials we just looked at. And it says here, finished goods delivered to dealer for distribution is down from 16.6 million to 9.7, and mainly due to excess raw materials and slower moving inventory. Have they ever moved inventory? That feels like a trick question, but it shouldn't be for a company. Have they ever moved inventory? I don't think they have. And then
I think they move them like to parking lots.
So kind of like those Tesla cars that are just those Cybertrucks that are just set up in the. Another example, we've had the moving change in the name of Bollinger that is apparently going on. Bollinger Motors, Bollinger Commercial.
Wait, I'm sorry. What inventory? They don't even make it.
That was the question I was just asking. What inventory have they been moving anywhere?
Don't they have these like Chinese vans?
Yes.
Okay, that's their inventory.
This post, we also got an update on the share count, which is already up 3x from the reverse split. That was a week ago, guys, wasn't it right? Yeah, between 8.4 and 8.11. Bollinger Motors. So this is even out of date because 8.11 was the beginning of this week. It's now 8.6. It's now 8.16. So who knows how much this has changed from there? But from the earnings report that we got, they've already tripled their shares up to 4.6 million. And then and then the price also is back down under $1 to end this week. It's at 76 cents. When next reverse split?
You stop it. Those are wash sales.
Also, I love this statistic from Sean Williams. We've talked about the price if you back it out through all the reverse splits all the way to the high. If you back out the share count, it's 1.55 sextillion shares. That is how much the company has diluted its own shareholders. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. What naked shorts?
No, it's wash sales, sir.
It's a wash sales. I don't know about that.
They're They're victims.
Well, yeah, clearly they're
These are wash
victims
sellers.
because they got a lawsuit, right, guys? It's probably where Junk Savvy is getting her talking points from.
No, Junk Savvy's getting her talking points from Pedro.
Pedro who?
Polish dildo.
Yep.
I don't know who that is, but
We'll
okay.
get to him later. Trust me, I've got a stupid tweet of the week from hell from him.
But that's where her talking points are coming from, just like Christian Shaughnessy. And I mean, like, for some reason.
Have you ever thought of like there's someone who you know is an idiot, but you didn't know the depths of their idiocy until something happens? This is my moment of that with Junk Savvy. It's like you're clearly a shill who is basically probably working for McCabe.
I mean, Anna Trades. Like, I'm sure Junk Savvy's "I am not suicidal" tweet is just around the corner.
Yeah, and so basically taking talking points from Polish dildo. That's a new low. I did not know that you limboed that low. Like the limbo bar was in the depths of the ninth circle of hell.
Yeah, him and Bam. That's who she's listening to.
Well, that explains why Bam was in their space on Wednesday. Wow, like the meeting of retards on that Wednesday space. Anyway, but we do have a deadline for discovery in the Mullen Automotive versus Clear Street et al. Case. The discovery deadline was set for 9/25/2026. Show of hands, who thinks Mullen is going to make it to 9/25/2026?
Listen, I didn't even think they were going to make it through last year. So exactly, they are the cockroach of the stock market, and they won't die. So I can't even say that I don't think so, because I've not thought so for over a year.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I can't.
Not so as long as I've known this company existed.
I thought the NASDAQ changed their rules. Yeah,
apparently not.
Not so much.
Not much going on to really stop this. We also did get an update, I believe, in the other Mullen lawsuit. It does appear that one of Mullen's vendors is suing them, and we have gotten Mullen's answer to the complaint as they've appeared in the case. First affirmative defense, RLE materially breached the purchase order by failing to deliver the truck, vehicles, and working order in a timely fashion.
Shocking.
RLE failed to provide the consideration for which Mullen contracted, namely the timely delivery of 2 working truck.
Oh, wait, this is Mullen suing them?
No, this is Mullen responding to their lawsuit.
Okay.
And any amounts allegedly owed to RLE by Mullen must be set off against damages sustained by Mullen as a result of RLE's breach of contract. So basically, more or less cross claims there, like the weighing of the 2 damages against each other. RLE's complaint fails to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. Fifth affirmative defense, RLE's claims are barred in whole and part by the doctrine of waiver and estoppel. RLE knowingly accepted Mullen's performance under the purchase order despite alleged deficiencies and failed to object or take corrective action in a timely manner. RLE's conduct induced Mullen to reasonably rely on the belief that its performance was acceptable. RLE failed to take reasonable steps to initiate its alleged damages. Any recovery sought by RLE must be reduced or barred to the extent that RLE could have avoided or minimized its losses through reasonable efforts. And seventh, RLE's claims are barred by the equitable questions doctrine of unclean hands. RLE engaged in conduct that was unfair, deceptive, or otherwise inequitable in connection with the formation and performance of the purchase order, including but not limited to misrepresentations regarding its capabilities and failure to deliver functioning vehicles as promised. What is it with like shitcos contracting shitcos and having shitco lawsuits made of exclusively shitcos. Like this is basically the GNS versus like LGZ, Mo and lawsuit about the shares and everything, and the RICO. Two shitco companies that are grifts and scams do a deal together, and one of them happens to be a better grifter than the other. Like, oh my goodness.
I mean, it feels like it should just they should just stamp it with like a pot meets kettle and call it.
Yeah. But like I said earlier about this time, like BAM has been radio fucking silent since the 11th and hasn't done anything since that Space on Wednesday. Theories abound, including him taking heat for his whole pumping of Mullen finally and having to go. He goes dark whenever like people start, pointing out pretty vigorously that he's a fucking shiesty, grifting piece of shit. And then appears up like fucking a virus once he thinks that the heat is off of him. So
I mean, what's his defense? Like, I mean, you put this all out on tweets, right? So like, what is your defense? Like, you can't say, like, he can't even say, oh, I was eventually right. He's never right.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Sean Williams has a constant record of how much he's been wrong on AMC, Mullen. We've pointed out when he's been wrong on Virtu consistently. What are some of the other ones? Because there's a bunch of different stocks. Ape. I assume that kind of falls under AMC, but like there's a whole list of tickers. I made fun of the fact that he thought that drill baby drill would lead to new highs in oil prices, when basic logical connections could have told you, the president wants to increase the supply of oil. What would that do to the price of oil? It's like, but anyway.
I got oil as short in January.
Well, I'm kind of really tempted to just short oil, but like, I don't feel like it right now. I'm putting up the speed up here a little bit because we're moving into AMC, and we do have AMC earnings to talk about. But first, we got to take care of the silly people. Let's make this quick.
It must really bother you finally, Adam Aaron, that people have woken up.
I would like to point out that he posted this video directly to Adam Aaron's earnings post on Twitter. So, like, I'm pretty sure that Adam Aaron doesn't even know you fucking exist, just for the record.
I feel like, this is a lot of his face. Like, I feel like it's gonna be...
Also, the fact that he thinks that a bunch of people on YouTube are just bots because they disagree with him. Like, I don't think that they're particularly smart, that they're still long AMC at this point. But you know what? I doubt that they're bots. Like, stupid baby.
I mean, sure. Like, if his goal is to make people hate Adam Aaron, like,
he really sucks.
They're never going to convince him
because he's an equally, if not more, hateable person.
There's like 12 of you Project Popcorn guys. Like, you're gonna like. I don't know if this is
one of them is dealing with criminal charges right now. Still,
catharsis, like for him to keep going with this, but like, it nothing is going to happen. Ethan's never gonna be able to pay a lawyer $100,000. Like, fucking give it up, bro.
Well, he thinks he's in now because in his most recent
in what?
In his most recent video, he tagged Marantz, and now he's finally gotten the gratification he wanted.
I'm telling you right now, you know what makes it so good? It's like, yeah, we finally scored a touchdown. People got to watch this thing, dude. It's called AMC, One Nation Under Fraud, Part 3. And I watched all the other episodes of everything this guy's ever done. AMC, it's called like The Heist of the Century. Hot.
Okay, the fact that he's calling it a documentary is fucking hilarious because all these are just conspiracy theory videos that can't connect any factual basis for any of its claims.
What's funny is that like BAM's profile picture is like the perfect image because like they would use these high sensitivity videos, put somebody in a contraption like that,
in Clockwork Orange,
and make them watch it as like torture.
Stop! No, please make it stop.
Yeah.
C, HOTC, hot seat. You guys got to watch this, Dan. I put a description of the video in whatever. I did in the thing, the description of the video, whatever. I put a link to that video in the description of this video. All the color, whatever. Here we go. Watch AMC, One Nation, and I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna narrate it with you guys. And the guy does a great job.
He watches the entire video and
he watches the entire video.
Yeah, he actually likes it. Really?
Yeah. All of the video. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's not that surprising though.
Well, and part of it is because he goes after Tony, and right now Tony and Marantz are in a feud because Tony's actually giving reasonable information about GameStop that's balanced and based on financial statements and facts, and Marantz doesn't like that because he thinks it's cutting into his shtick, and it makes Marantz look like a fucking idiot.
It's amazing how much people hate when you tell others the truth about their shit.
Yeah. Speaking of Project Popcorn idiots, finally. Nelson Willis has been swept out of the Fifth Circuit. So he asked for reconsideration, and the Fifth Circuit said no. So he's clearly, his plan that he thinks in his head is he's going to get cert out of the Supreme Court of the United States, which, that'll be a dark day in hell. That ain't happening. So this will go back down to the, I think it's out of the Western District of Texas, where the only claims left is Adam Aaron's cross claims for a restraining order. So, that'll be interesting.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Speaking of, we have, like I mentioned, AMC earnings. They weren't great.
They never are.
I will say, where were we on this? In fact, let's actually flip to the actual SEC filings, where we can get a better look at things. If it'll load in. Thank you. Balance sheet. Still got an issue with shareholder equity. That's cash flow. So is this up here the statement of comprehensive income loss? So the net loss is going down. That's good. Still a net loss though. So something they're going to have to work out. Revenue and emissions is up. And because of the dilution, so that's why this is only 1 penny loss as compared to last year. Well, when you have 100,000 more shares issued. Also, they are basically going to have to issue more shares to be able to do the plan of the convertible notes. So that'll be up at the shareholders meeting, either as a reverse split or, just add more shares. Still don't know what way they're going to go on that.
Probably both. They'll probably have to do both. And then, I'm sure they'll rig the vote again.
Oh, they don't have to. Because the new change to the Delaware law, they only need a majority of shareholders that decide.
Oh, that are voting. Yeah.
One leads to the other, right? If they add more shares, right? Eventually, unless they somehow figure out how to make money and pull off a buyback, but you're eventually going to have to shrink that down. They're already at what, 550 million?
What I do want to bring up next is what I like to call my chart crimes segment. What is wrong with this chart, ladies and gentlemen? There's nothing fundamentally wrong with the numbers. It's the conclusion being drawn by these numbers. It's not that the numbers are wrong. It's the jackass producing the numbers.
Split adjusted shares short in price.
Yeah.
So he's not. He's not split adjusting it.
Well, it says split adjusted.
I know what it says.
Adjusted short interest, short shares, shares. And he's also got of course, the self-reported. But what would make this a lot more accurate chart and show that his conclusion is retarded?
Well, what is his conclusion? All it says is LMFAO.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
his conclusion is that obviously that shorts and naked shorts are what's crushing the price here, because the red line is amount of shorts as a number of pure shares short versus the price. What's the problem?
That's not shares. Is that share short or just?
Yes, it's share short.
Well,
Okay.
haven't they added 100 million more
They've
shares?
added more than that.
Yes.
Since
They've added, he's out of shares, right? And he's got the other 100 and so million locked up.
So if it went from like
second lead.
15 million to 65 million, who cares if you added way more shares?
Right. The more accurate thing to put there wouldn't be short interest.
Oh, it would be like percent of the
yes.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, I'm with you now.
That's why it's a short time.
Okay.
One last thing on the AMC front before we move on. Ooh, we're actually right on time for our important, our mainstream topics. We did get, I'm not going to go over the whole order. This case was silly from the beginning when we talked about it, but this is the whole takings clause, AMC getting kicked out of the mall that's being bulldozed and in a eminent domain that they were leasing the property. They didn't own the property. They had a lease with the actual property owner. So the court, as to the property owner, Witsona, their motion to compel arbitration is granted. Off to arbitration with you. Bye. And the motion to dismiss is denied as moot because it's going to, arbitration. As to the other defendants, their motion to dismiss is denied without prejudice because it's also moot because going to arbitration, and we're putting a stay on the case. Once we get done with the arbitration, we can come back, deal with these other things, and you can reapply for your motion to dismiss. So nice try, Adam. Not so much.
You said the mall's being bulldozed?
Yeah, this is a mall in.
What are they fighting for?
So their whole thing with that lawsuit they were fighting over is they are trying to say that it's a government taking claim, but there is no taking. They didn't own the property. They were a tenant of the property that was
being bulldozed.
Yes. It was a silly case to begin with, like I said.
Yeah.
We briefly talked about open. I need to find more stuff, but I find it funny that
didn't she just step down?
Correct. Literally a day after he got the interview, supposedly, she stepped down. Can't make this shit up. Amazing. We knew that this was a prepackaged deal and this was going to happen, but we do know that they have put the finalized order approving the disclosure and confirming joint prepackaged Chapter 11 plan.
For
Wolfspeed.
Yeah.
But we do know that that 3 to 5%, depending on how things go, is what shareholders are getting.
Wait, hold on. Can you go to the treatment so we can see that? It's got to be in there somewhere. Treatment.
Just as an example for BBYQ.
Yeah. Or anybody, I guess.
What it would look like for shareholders.
Yep, keep going, because you'll have to see the treatment of classes. Yeah, keep going. And then you'll see like class 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever.
The waterfall.
Look at that. So first of all, existing. All right. Well, they're obviously impaired because they're going to be diluted to hell. Keep going though, because this isn't it. Those are claims. Keep going. Here we go. So, yep, it'll be, keep going. That's class 3, class 5, class 7, 8, keep going. 10. Here we go. This is what it looks like. On the effective date or as soon as reasonably practical thereafter, each holder of an allowed existing equity interest shall receive its pro rata share of equity recovery. So this is what it looks like when you're not getting nothing. It tells you exactly what's going to happen.
Mhm.
And
It's
I mean, it
amazing
tells
how
you
that
what's going to
works.
happen if you are going to get nothing too. Like, in order to vote on the plan, you need to know exactly what's going to happen.
Well, they don't get a vote because they're deemed to reject.
Well, not them, but I mean everybody else.
Yes.
This is the one thing missing from Jake's ridiculously long videos about nothing.
Yeah, is the treatment for class 9 for them.
Yep.
But yeah, there we go. They're going to get reduced to 5 to 3% of the new stock, which that's really bad. But I mean,
guys.
that's what happens. You know, like if you end up having anything after, it's usually like that. Like it's going to be super diluted and whatever.
Yep.
Again,
At least it's not
like,
nothing.
insert the meme of if those damn kids could read.
They'd be
They'd be pissed.
I mean, one day they'll figure it out and they will be pissed. Maybe.
Well, most of them have figured it out. That's I mean, most of them have left. They've just quiet quit.
Yeah.
So.
Most? Maybe an overstatement.
Well, we only see the loud ones.
Some.
I'd still say most.
I think most, yeah.
So we're on to mainstream news now. Speaking of it, let's get straight right into the Trump news of the week. Get a new Bureau of Labor Statistics.
You know, it's going to be crazy when they produce the exact same data that the other one did.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No kidding. You don't say.
Well, actually, it'll be worse because tariffs will be more in effect by that point.
Well, but I mean, that's if they produce a jobs report anymore or not.
Right?
You know?
Yeah, like, just, you know what? We don't really want to do that.
They backpedaled from it once
nobody
they realized
really
that
likes
markets
that
were going to be
anyway.
like, not happy about that. But,
nobody
whatever.
needs to know about the unemployment rate, guys.
No one needs to know about jobs, the unemployment rate. They especially don't need to know that if the CPI is slowly ticking up, not as fast as people thought it would. Admittedly, it was up another 0.2,
and it will continue.
It's
crazy that the rates. I mean, the chances of a rate cut in September are literally at 100%. And I'm like,
yeah, that is crazy too.
Well, to be perfectly fair, like if the Fed raises rates into like these tariff hikes and everything, like again, this isn't real inflation. This is just prices due to taxes. Like raising rates or not cutting rates or cutting rates isn't going to change the fact that this sort of inflation the Fed has no fucking control over. Like this is all taxes on goods and services. Like changing
can we
the
talk
interest
about
rate
wasn't it like the vegetables are like up like 40%?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we
exclude
the volatile food and gas industry.
Because where you're seeing most of the gains is in how much the producers are having to pay the businesses, which was up 0.9%. Estimates were only supposed to be 0.2.
But you're on CPI. This was part of PPI with the services.
Yes, this is PPI. And this is exactly what Jerome Powell has been saying. Like, for the most part, businesses have been eating the shit. But there's only so long they can eat shit before, they have to pass on prices or go bankrupt, but also the big problem is we're dealing with a shrinking economy. And the reason why businesses are trying to hold off so long is because they can't pass prices on to consumers who can't afford this shit to begin with.
Correct.
That's the big cycle here. And so now you're getting things like this, where you're getting like counter tariffs and counter trade, where U.S. is heading for a record trade deficit in agricultural products. Because people are like, well, oh, fuck me, no, fuck you. we have also the geopolitical ramifications of the tariffs. So a lot of businesses were planning on, because they predicted that Trump was probably going to raise tariffs on China. Just everyone else was not what they were expecting, and so a lot of this decoupling from China and moving to places like India has gotten kicked in the dick. Now, obviously, Trump policy is to try and get it to all come back to America, but it's also working at cross purposes, because if the plan was to get him to leave China and literally at least go anywhere else, that is not helping. Then, of course, we've got small firms. We talked about this a little bit last week, where we were talking about the chief businesses that are affected by tariffs. Or was it? No, it was 2 weeks ago when we were talking about the companies that were going bankrupt were mostly the small end businesses. So Trump's tariffs face a $202 billion hit. Small businesses that are being affected mostly by this because they have the least amount of margin compression. But let's see here. Then we have just straight up insider dealing. What were your guys' thoughts on the whole? You can trade with China, but we get a cut of your revenue.
You guys think that maybe he's going to send Pulte into these businesses to collect for the mafia tax?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think he's going to be like the skull crusher?
No, because Pulte is such a limp-wristed freaking clown.
Like maybe it's Triple H. Maybe Triple H is going to be collecting.
Triple H, I believe Triple H is doing it. And then he can always get the UFC and WWE employees to help him out.
I was picturing
I can believe Triple H being the mobster that goes and collects the 15% from AMD
for protection.
Yeah. Or
to protect you from the tariffs. It's just like, this is absolute fucking cinema.
Oh, well, it gets better because, remember at the beginning of the week, we had Trump. And I know Amy remembers this because literally as soon as this news hit in the morning, I was like, you motherfucking shithead. Because I held Intel shares. And then literally in whiplash on fucking Thursday, he's like, oh, yeah, we're thinking about buying a 7% interest in Intel. Like, it's fun watching this when you're not the target. But once you're like having to be part of the fucking clown circus, it's like,
Well, you have an Intel position though, so you're up.
Yeah.
You up?
Well, here's the problem with this one. Premiums were actually pretty nice for next week on like Thursday, right before this happened. So I'm still out of the money. I'm still good, but like I could have gotten a juicier premium if I had known this was going to happen. Like, I don't know. Maybe
what are you talking about? Like they announced it last weekend that he was going to be going to the White House. I bought calls at open on Monday. What are you talking? You didn't know?
No. I had not heard anything about that.
Yeah. It was announced over the weekend. Last weekend.
I had not heard anything about that.
Yeah.
I just was going to sweep premium on some covered calls.
Yeah. No, it was announced. Yeah, I like literally at open. I got them for nothing, dirt cheap. Because I don't, maybe you weren't the only one that missed it.
Well, apparently not. And apparently a bunch of other people didn't miss it either because
I had
right before the news dropped, someone snagged some fucking.
I bought $23 calls.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like it got pinned. Like it got up to like, I think the high, even on Friday, was like 25.50, and then it started drifting back down. Mm-hmm. Partly because the market was starting to drift back down, but like $25 is about where most like price targets that people were having was fair value on Intel.
I think I paid
about 25.
I paid like 10 cents for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the premiums I was putting out for the ones at 25 were like 12. So I was just thinking it would never get there, and 12 was the best premium I'd seen in like weeks. So I was like, okay, I'll scoop that, and then next thing I know, it's fucking ripping in my face.
Even knowing that he was going to the White House, I would have bought 25s, but yeah. After, I mean, once it was obvious, maybe.
And plus, like I don't think it'll get over 25.50, and if it does, I can just roll out on monthlies and I'll be fine. But like, it's like I could have had more premium, and I could have moved my strikeout, and he's just fucking. Fell for it again moment of the week also goes to Bitcoin maxing.
The confiscated Bitcoin.
Yes, which is pretty funny. What was even more funny is watching how red the crypto markets were after that announcement.
It was. Oh, they're not going to be our biggest buyer? Damn it.
Yeah, no. It's almost like it's a Ponzi scheme that they're looking for their next big buyer, the next big people to like fucking dump shit on. We also got from Politico that what do you know? We've been hearing about this all for the past 8 months that Doge has exaggerated its numbers. Well, we now have the official receipts, and that Doge saved less than 5% of its claimed savings. So it claimed that it saved taxpayers $52.8 billion. It's a lot closer to 1.4. Maybe that's why Mr. Big Balls got carjacked in DC.
That wasn't funny, dude. They like that dude was beat up.
I feel very little sympathy. Like, yes, it's a crime.
He got beat up by a 15-year-old girl. Is that true?
No,
yes.
They were carjackers. No, they were carjackers.
Yeah,
right?
They literally charged these people.
Oh, they were
15? They got
15?
beat up by two 15-year-olds.
Well, I mean, that's even more sad. Why are they 15?
That's why it's fucking funny.
No, why are they
got beat up by two
15?
15-year-olds? This supposedly manly man working for the Trump administration got fucking stoked in by two 15-year-olds.
Who thinks he's a manly man? Like, isn't he like some little scrawny dude?
He does look like a scrawny
There's
dude.
a kid in my son's class, like grade, 6th grade. And I start like I'm always like, hey guy, who's that adult in your class? Like,
yeah, 15-year-olds are big these days.
Sometimes like
it's
they can be a little big.
I mean,
but,
there's a lot of 5th graders that are way bigger than me, so
yeah.
Kids these days are giant.
This one, like, he truly looks like an adult.
Which sidebar is also the reason why DC is currently under like freaking martial law lockdown.
Yeah, did you see the graph he put up was like juvenile crime or whatever has gone up, like not.
But like overall crime in DC has gone down, like by 30% year over year at least, and it's been like crime in America in general has been on a downward trend. But of course, one of your besties gets carjacked, and now it's suddenly everybody's problem.
Well, nobody should be beat up.
Nobody, sure.
Some people.
But also, nobody should be doing the shit the administration's doing right now.
Yeah.
Like, not justifying that he was carjacked, but also the fact that he got jumped by two 15-year-olds is fucking hilarious. Now we transition from Trump over to the Musk stuff. So we're like, I riddle me this. Like, how many SpaceX rockets have blown up in the past 8 months? And we're going to loosen regulations for the safety checks and everything for space flight.
Civilian flights?
Yes.
Sweet.
You know what? Because what we need is a deep ocean disaster, except in space. I don't know if you guys remember that from like, what was it, 2023?
Do we know how much? Like, I know we know how much like the Blue Origin things were. How much is Elon?
It's I don't know, because they're both private companies, so it's hard to tell how much that they've.
Yeah.
But you know how we were talking last week, Amy, about
What if we could
how
like gift it to people we don't like?
So I'm looking
hey,
up.
Bill, free seat on the next fucking rocket to space from SpaceX. Here you go.
So Starship test failures. We have flight test 3, flight test 5, flight test 7, flight test 8, flight test 9. So that's just 2024 and 2025.
That's a lot.
Then we also have a static fire test explosion in June
That was
of
the one we went
2025.
over. That was a couple months back.
Yeah, so that would be the 10th test launch. So
it looks good.
Yeah,
They're going to be great.
So far, it's about
everyone's going to have a great time.
Good times.
We talked last week with you, Amy, about robo-taxis in Texas. Haven't been approved yet, but we're going to get robo-taxis in New York anyway, because the rules are for suckers. You know, I
lived in New York City, and it can't be any worse than the cabs, truthfully.
Yeah.
New York City cab drivers it's terrifying.
Yeah, they're brutal.
I bet traffic there is probably just like, there's a reason they have the subway system.
It's so bad. Yeah.
Did you guys happen to catch this article? I saw it I think it was like near the beginning of the week. Yeah, on the 9th. So it was like right after we had done our show. And I think I said, Amy, it's like, how did I miss this before we started the show? So basically, Grok allows you to, I guess, there's a tool for spicy images if you buy the premium subscription to Grok and all of that.
I mean, I have premium.
Apparently you can make spicy videos that are softcore porn stuff. And apparently someone did a video where it was a Taylor Swift image and it turned into a video with her getting topless. So yeah, not the only scary thing to come out of this, because Meta's AI rules have let bots hold sensual chats with kids and offer false medical information. I thought and at one point they had I am pretty sure this was released earlier this year, that they had chatbots that had the voice of John Cena and stuff like that. And we're having these sexual conversations with kids. One that was basically special, not we'll save it for when we get to the Roblox stuff. It's down the road here. But yeah, I don't like our AI dystopian future. Can we not that? Can we please not? Maybe can we? It feels very much like people are just everything is okay with AI. Well, the general public seems to be on this train that no, this is a bad thing. But our Silicon Valley overlords seem to be no, it's all good. No, we're pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. But we're finally back into lawsuit town. We have the first of our mainstream lawsuits. Amy, I believe you were privy to this one when I brought it up.
Yeah, I mean, he
Bloomberg.
Yeah. He sent them his crypto holdings, and now he's saying,
yep,
you want to release confidential and proprietary information, or you're going to put out whatever, and they're like, you sent it to us.
And it wasn't even specific. It just said roughly how much.
I think is it his Tron holdings? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, that's the part everyone thinks that he's suing about, because he owns 60 billion Tron, which makes up 75% of the liquid float of the fucking coin. That's probably what he's ass hurt about, that most of his value is coming from him pumping his own fucking bags.
Well, it also reveals his position.
Yeah. Which may affect his, Tron thing, now that they know that
same thing that kind of happened with Michael Saylor, right? When people figured out his margin, what it needed to get to Whenever you get margin called, it's like a
they started pressing the
push to
Bitcoin
get
price
there.
that direction. Yeah. But he basically filed a complaint. Let me pull it up here real quick. We're not going to go over the whole thing, but his complaints that he's filing is count 1, which is disclosure of private facts, which is a tort law.
That he sent them.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to say that to every single one of these.
And promissory estoppel, where he claimed that basically they promised not to disclose this stuff, though Bloomberg disputes that. Basically, the order of events is Bloomberg sees it is he sent us the stuff, and then it was like, well, wait, let's put some terms on that. And they're like, get fucked. So, he did ask for a restraining order or a preliminary injunction to keep Bloomberg from publishing it. Bloomberg responded, it's already published, dude, so that's moot, and they withdrew it. So that's the end of that so far right now. We'll see where that goes. It'll be kind of interesting. I don't think it's going to work out for him so hot. What about you, Platinum? Because I know what Amy thinks, so.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Okay. Next up on our round trip of serious real-world topics that make me question humanity and make me lose faith in it by the day. This not so much. The Louisiana Attorney General is suing Roblox, claiming it is the perfect place for pedophiles, which is a statement I don't think I can disagree with.
Not a new story.
Yeah, like this is stuff that's been known on the internet since like 2021, 2022. We've had 2 short reports on it now, one from the Bear Cave and one from Endenburg. Like, it's the only thing that's new here is that the mainstream media is finally starting to go, hey, wait, this is a thing, instead of like just, ball polishing fucking Roblox about it. We do have the actual statement from the Louisiana Attorney General. Today, Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrell announced legal action against Roblox, the #1 gaming site for children and teens. The lawsuit brought in the 21st Judicial District of Louisiana shows that throughout its online gaming service, Roblox has continued to facilitate the distribution of child sexual abuse materials and the sexual exploitation of Louisiana children, knowingly and intentionally fails to implement basic safety controls to protect children, child users from predators, knowingly and intentionally fails to provide notice to parents and children of its dangers. Nearly 82 million daily active users, 20% of them are under 9 years old, 20% are 9 to 12, 16% are 13 to 16, and 44 are over the age of 17.
44%?
That's what it says.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we also have the complaint here. I'm going to take some time maybe to go through it later because it's 42 pages, and that's a lot to go through when we have, like, what,
I think
30 minutes?
We're pretty much, I'm sure we can all.
Pretty much guess what's in there.
Yeah.
Louisiana, not the only government agency getting involved. Indonesia has asked Roblox to open a local office and comply with child protection regulations, or it will be banned from Indonesia. So there's that as well. We also have Chris Henson coming out of retirement for one last documentary about Roblox.
I love this.
Which he
This
did
is great.
confirm on his X account.
Yeah, they're cooked.
Right.
Roblox then
You're in trouble now, mister.
responds to the
Have a seat.
allegations. Roblox's policy does not comment on pending litigation. However, the company would like to address erroneous claims and misconceptions about our platform. Are they really misconceptions, though? Are they? Every day, tens of millions of people around the world use Roblox to learn STEM skills, play, imagine, and have a safe experience on our platform. Are they, though? At Roblox, we are consistently innovating safety tools and launching new safeguards. In the past year, Roblox has introduced over 40 new features to protect young users and empower parents and caregivers with greater control. Put a pin in that one. We'll get back to that in a second. Roblox has taken an industry-leading stance on age-based communication and recently introduced a new age estimation technology. Also put a pin on that one and let us know how well that's working out for Discord as well, because they have the same sort of thing. Roblox started as a platform for children, and while 64% of the user base is now 13 years or over, the platform has rigorous safety features built in. Cool story, bro. But yeah, continues to go on like that. They also apparently, and I'm going to have to go pick through this, but apparently did an entire, looks like Zoom call about all of this stuff. That's been chopped up neatly in the tweet here. And then, of course, it's time to bring back someone that we've had, a video YouTube creator that we've had on the show before, No Text-to-Speech, who you might remember from the old channel when we were talking about Andrew Tate's knockoff Discord bullcrap. But he has several things in here. First, he talks about Schlepp getting banned, which I didn't know about this until this whole thing broke, who this was or anything, because I don't deal with Roblox. But Amy, I think you had the inside track on what's going on here, or are you busy? I can keep going if not. But basically, like, was doing what Roblox should be doing and giving people who were victims sources and materials for which that they could use to contact law enforcement and get help, and also try and find these individuals who are exploiting minors on Roblox, and without it trying to be entrapment, was basically trying to collect evidence to turn over to authorities to get these people actually criminally charged. Roblox's response was basically to
ban him,
a cease and desist, and ban all of his accounts and kick him off the platform, which is craziness.
It is crazy.
Like, absolutely insane.
Naturally, the general opinion on that is that he's getting banned because now, I mean, he has a rather big YouTube channel.
A huge YouTube channel.
And that basically the media wins, especially with this new Louisiana litigation coming out. The winds are changing, and a lot more people are realizing that maybe Roblox isn't as safe as it was once believed. And so now they would like to remove that bad press and prevent it from getting out as soon as possible.
Especially if he is, like, actually exposing them.
Yeah. Now, this is a section of it that I wanted to go over. There's a few sections in here. I'm going to move up the speed on this because this is a really long video, and you should probably watch the whole thing. It goes into a lot of depth, but I wanted to kind of go over, like, remember when I said put a pin in, Roblox and its moderation techniques? Well, we're going to go over that.
Evil. Now, if Roblox is going to silence people that expose the reality and the underbelly of Roblox, then I want to do my part. I want to show you 3 different Roblox updates that Roblox wants you and their investors to believe is a good thing, increasing that shareholder value. And then I'm going to show you the reality of the update and how Roblox is prioritizing profits over child safety. And the first and honestly the easiest example to comprehend is Roblox's Sentinel AI moderation release, because what Roblox did is they open sourced their Sentinel AI. Now, anyone that doesn't know any better, that doesn't play Roblox or doesn't experience the horrors of Roblox, this looks great. You have Roblox rolling out a system open source for everyone to protect kids. And with that, shareholder value goes up, people are happy, Roblox makes more money. And the reality that Roblox doesn't want people to know is that you can go on Roblox and you can find profiles like this. We have cubs. This is like furry stuff. It's just underage furries. This account is still up, by the way. You look at their previous usernames, it's the same username as in the screenshot. This account did not get banned for having that username. Oh, don't worry. You can see all these tabs. It gets worse. We have this account here called Babies. They did get banned, thankfully, but let's talk about accounts that I found on Roblox. Now, I found this profile here, Roblox_user_ a whole bunch of numbers. Now, the reason why their username is like this is because Roblox changed their username. Like, they got punished and they were forced to change their username. And
right. So they had an explicit username, and instead of banning them, they just said change your username, which I guess it depends on what the explicit name in question is. But like, if it like you need to do more in-depth research on that, if it's, or at least supervise the account to make sure it's not just someone being an edgelord, and if it's actually someone that needs to be removed.
what their username was before was freeusefem_15.
Okay, yeah,
Roblox is like, no. Instead of banning this username and the account with this username, instead we're just going to force them to change it. And I'm really glad Roblox did, because I was confused what the 15 meant in this person's name until I went into their...
Oh, yeah, definitely was I forgot this part of the video. So yeah, definitely a ban. We're also going to get into the thing that I was talking about in the green room beforehand, Platinum.
And it says 15. Then it has a whole bunch of random words here, and I thought this was Polish, but it turns out this is something called a Caesar cipher. And a Caesar cipher is basically you just get like A and you turn it into a B. You shift it by one letter. And people will use Caesar ciphers to put the most heinous shit on their Roblox profile. Because when I put it in a translator, and I basically have to brute force it a little bit, but it's not too hard to figure out, we have this. Their bio says female sub, ask for blue, which is referring to their Discord account, because Discord is a blue icon. And then it says, hi. I'm not reading this shit. Most of it's going to be censored. This is straight up something I'd see in 50 Shades of Grey, maybe at like the final chapter, the climax of the book. And this is on a Roblox profile that can easily be translated. But you know what? Maybe Roblox trust and safety employees that are moderating this have no frontal lobe. They are just kids. And their bio
also
here
have, instead of the
like
cipher,
Morse
you
code?
use Morse
Morse
code
code?
behind it. Yes.
SOS.
Indeed. Sending out an SOS. It's that bad. We have also people, let's see here.
Okay,
Imagine your young
what's
family member
happening?
opening up Roblox to play some games, and they see this, and then you have to explain to them what that message was. In fact, Roblox's AI system is so good at preventing kids from being exposed to bad stuff that this person here sent the message, want to do the full word of CP and then the N-word, revolutionary AI. Now, this is one of the more...
Yeah. Now, of course, there are some ways that you can also get around some of these AI filters that are already shitty to begin with.
than you think. Because I have insider knowledge, I have two pieces of insider knowledge that not a lot of people know about. And fair warning, once you learn about this stuff, you are going to be disgusted at this company. And I think everyone should know this because this is the reality of what's happening on Roblox. So the first thing has to do with Roblox's current AI moderation. But I had a chat with someone who's part of a big Roblox game. They didn't want to be directly mentioned because Roblox has been pretty litigious towards people. But Roblox's moderation system is so bad for avatars that show adult content that they had to make their own system. But this was someone's spray paint that got flagged by their system. This made it past Roblox's own moderation. And what was the spray paint? Well, if I click on the link view asset, it took me to this. I can't show you anything. And this made it past Roblox's own moderation system. It got put into Roblox. And it was only stopped from being shown to a kid because a Roblox game developer made their own AI. How is it that a Roblox game developer can make a better functioning AI than a multi-billion-dollar company? Make that make sense, Roblox. But this is even worse than you think because, again, I still have insider knowledge about this stuff. I know how people bypass Roblox's AI. And when you hear how these people do it, you are also going to be even more disgusted at Roblox. Now, for legal sake, to protect my ass, I want to make it clear. I'm telling you these bypasses because Roblox has been informed about this stuff like more than 8 months ago. My intentions here...
Right. They've known these exploits for 8 months. Still haven't fucking fixed them. Just for the record.
aren't to make the problem worse. My intentions here are to show you how little Roblox does, and I want Roblox to do better. And for me to stop it, I feel like it's necessary to show you guys how people bypass AI moderation. But in Roblox, you can equip multiple layers of clothing. So for example, there's this guitar tee with black jacket. Then I can apply this Blockster kind of deckle t-shirt. If I click on it, it adds this kind of blown up block thing, and just being able to layer clothes is really simple, but allows you to do a lot. But here's an example. We have this person's shirt here, and if you add this t-shirt on top and you combine the two symbols, you get, we all know what it is, man. But this sort of practice of layering clothing can be used in even more malicious ways. For example, let's say this photo of Skibbity Toilet is adult content. What people will do is they will use a mask or a mat that looks like this. And with that, what they do is they have their image of Skibbity Toilet and they have it in this weird pattern. This is the base layer. Now, to Roblox's AI moderation, they have no idea what this is. Then what they'll do is they will upload another shirt on Roblox that looks like this. Then they layer it on top and kaboom, you now have whatever image that you want. But this exact same technique has been used on Roblox. In fact, this example is based off something I saw months ago. But that's not even the bad one. This next bypass, this is the second bypass, and you genuinely will hate yourself. You will hate Roblox. Let's assume this is a bad image of adult content. In this case, it's corn. But Roblox's asset moderation for their shirts and user-generated content is so bad that all people have to do is they just have an image of adult content. You decrease the opacity to something really small. Now, Roblox's AI is going to look at this, and it's like, this will get uploaded to Roblox. And just like these two layers that people use with the Skibbity Toilet, they'll just have a black t-shirt underneath. Then they will layer on the t-shirt, and kaboom.
That's simple. This is basic Photoshop shit. and that defeats their fucking AI moderation tools. It's fucking pathetic. Oh, but they want
first
to
place.
add
But don't you
in
worry, because
date
there's one more
on
thing,
their
one more Roblox update that is really going to again emphasize that Schlepp's ban and everything Roblox is doing is about that shareholder value greed, because Roblox wants to add dating. They made a prediction back in 2023 at their RDC, Roblox Developer Conference. For 17 plus verified people and 17 plus experiences, thousands of adults will meet for the first time in Roblox dating experiences and subsequently form real life relationships. Now, when I hear kids game and dating, my brain instantly thinks that is a horrible idea. This was the dumbest idea of 2023, and it turns out in 2025, Roblox didn't learn anything, because Roblox's CEO David Baszucki went on the Tech Stuff podcast, and this is what he had to say.
21 and up, ID verified, opted in. Someday we'll have dating on Roblox. And I think a lot of people who might be afraid to go on a real life date might find it easier to have a virtual date to start. And then if they connect, move to the physical world.
Yeah, I genuinely hate myself. This company doesn't learn. Commingling a kids game with a dating website is inherently a horrible idea. And while Roblox might get more users and their stock price goes up, their stock price goes up with this Roblox dating at the expense of harming kids. And the thing is you don't even have to take my word for the shareholder value in Roblox prioritizing profits over child safety, because in a lawsuit against Roblox by a minor that was a victim of a Roblox predator, they referenced a Hindenburg research article talking about Roblox's inflated key metrics, which Roblox refuted. But in the article, they also talk about how Roblox is a predator hellscape for kids. And they referenced one part of the article that states a former Roblox employee who was a former senior product designer explains you're supposed to make sure that your users are safe. But then the downside is that if you're limiting users' engagement, it's hurting our metrics. It's hurting the active users, the time spent on the platform. In a lot of cases, the leadership doesn't want that. You have to make a decision, right? You can keep your players safe, but then it would be less of them on the platform. Or you can just let them do what they want to do, and then the numbers look all good and the investors will be happy. And this is the biggest thing I want.
Oof, not for long.
Well, and one of the things that he also pointed out in that video is there's a problem with Discord dating channels. Like, you can make it and you know, layer the channel with, you know, roles and masks and whatever, and all it's going to do is just cause this stuff to roll over anyway, because like you said, Platinum, moderating whether it's a Discord channel or a Reddit page or whatever is hard work, and none of these people are fucking paid to do it. So like, it's like you're going to have this bleed over, and they already can't fix this problem. So like,
Yikes. So yeah, talk to your kids, everybody.
Yeah, because if
have the uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, get like and do. Unfortunately, you're going to have to do the work. It seems like, because Roblox sure is fucking going to do it for you.
Well, I wouldn't expect, honestly, like any online, like social media,
that's on parents,
website whatsoever to be the moderator for your kids.
Right, but at the same time, they're not even like putting in base level effort that you'd see on most like sites.
Yeah,
that's like that app that was saving everyone's driver's license to a public server. What was it called? T-app.
The one with the T-app.
one. I forget what it was called.
Yeah. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. That was...
Yeah, did you see that there was a new one that was made for men? And that was also publicly available to get the information, and the admin.
Wait, dude signed up for it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, golly.
Wow. So as we're heading into the back,
if you're that stupid, then you deserve it.
If you're heading the backstretch, I know I talked about this last night. I wanted to go over it with you guys. Well, you ladies were here. But Logan Paul was granted his motion to dismiss on all counts. Only one was dismissed with prejudice, so they will get a second swing at this. But as of right now, yeah, motion to dismiss for Logan Paul was granted. A lot of it had to deal with pleading issues. And on a lot of the tort fraud issues, the fact that in order to pierce the corporate veil, you needed to prove that Logan Paul did something for his own personal benefit. And so because Logan Paul didn't take any money out, as he's claimed, and as was brought up in the video that was done by CoffeeZilla, there was not a sufficient pleading to pierce the corporate veil to go after Logan Paul. That, however, is not the end of it. I explained in the comments section some ways that you could change the pleading to go around it. But I can't really go into it without going really hard into the weeds. And I spent 3 hours talking about it on Friday. So,
Wow.
However,
it was granted. It's fine.
Yeah, I will point out that I think that the securities fraud claims are also something that might be a winner too, because the court did not seem particularly interested in Logan Paul saying, hey, the SEC said that they're not going to be chasing down these meme tokens anymore. Mainly because, originally I thought that might be a problem, but I'm starting to think now that that doesn't eliminate the ability for private actors to bring private securities claims. It's just the SEC saying, we're not going to investigate them. So,
keep yawning.
Of course, this is going to, bring probably some problems for CoffeeZilla as far as his lawsuit. Not immediately, because they can still, fix the petition and refile it and get past the motion to dismiss. But I'm sure that some of this stuff is going to come back into this litigation. Like, see, I'm not the bad guy, guys. So. Last stuff I got also, we've got some Andrew Tate stuff to wrap us up. Let's see here. So remember, I think it was a couple of months back, we talked about that he was basically found guilty of tax fraud and tax evasion in the UK. Well, they're starting to seize his property. Apparently he put in a deposit for a sports car, $180,000. That's getting seized. He apparently, after the criminal charges were dropped and Bree Stern filed civil charges, he filed a cross claim. I'll probably maybe do another live stream where I go into it a little bit more, because this one was just funny, because he's sued a bunch of John Doe defendants and social media personalities, and Florida doesn't allow John Doe defendants. You need to actually find the person and actually identify them and serve them. And in the one instance he did serve, with Matthew Jury, the lawyer representing the two victims in the UK that are filing civil sexual charges against him, he didn't properly serve him. And the process server tried to say that he has correspondence and can deliver a service summons to two distinct properties at the same time, 100 kilometers away from each other. So, pretty sure the laws that govern the real world that we live in doesn't allow for that. The last one in our legal rundown of Mr. Tate was that he did file for a lawsuit against Meta.
And LA County is outside of their mind for what they charge to get these complaints.
Well, yeah, because we looked into them in California. I was like, why does no one have these? There's usually a copy around. And then Amy's like, they're like $25 to get these complaints. I'm like, what?
The second one is $29. I was like, what? First of all, I don't know if you saw anything, but what could this guy actually drone on about for 66 pages?
Couldn't put in a few more pages to get to 69.
He doesn't have 66 pages of anything in his head. I was like, why are they 50-something and 60-something pages?
I want to know where he thinks that he's going to win on this lawsuit, because first of all, they're just going to send him to arbitration. Number two, they're a private platform. They can ban whoever the fuck they want to. It's their website.
Yeah, bro, they don't like you.
So
just deal with it.
Whatever. But yeah, there was a bunch of what was it, tort claims, and they were claiming.
I have the claims.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
So they're breach of contract, breach of California Business and Professions Code, tortious interference, unjust enrichment, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Emotional damage. Yeah, California Civil Code. Breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, misrepresentation, promissory estoppel, fraud, violation of 42 USC 1983, and
federal charges.
False light is portraying him in a false light.
Unless that's okay, USC, that's California. I was about to be like, I just read that. And I thought it was U.S. Civil Code. And I'm like, how can you file federal claims in a state court? But yeah, I'm going to guess the breach of contract claims. What
kind of emotional
interference?
What kind of
unjust
emotional
enrichment
stress do you get from being banned from TikTok? It's wild.
Wow, he's for some manly man. Apparently, what?
He's a delicate little.
My Facebook page was banned.
He's a delicate little flower, apparently. Sweet nugget.
Goodness. But yeah, that'll wrap it up. Except for
tweet of the week.
Yeah. Has everyone got theirs? Because I got mine.
I actually do, and I actually like put some effort into this one. I'm excited. Where is
I'm going to win.
Why can't I get to my bookmarks on the desktop?
You can. They're on the left.
Mine aren't.
Wait.
Oh, they're under. Okay, they were somewhere else.
Yeah, if you go to your profile, that's where they are, I think.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
Go for it, Amy.
Okay. Okay, so me. BUI exchange. The price 2.34K, implied price 15.56K, market cap 1830.15 billion. Okay.
What is
this? Hold on. Here comes the best part. Wait for it. So, synthetic shares here, including ERC tokens, 5.93 billion. So I created a simulator of BBY price. It mirrors GME market cap from May 2024 to July 2025.
Why?
Then Amazon's from August 1st.
What? I think my brain literally broke at how stupid that is. What?
I win.
Bullish.
Hey, why couldn't, you know what? We'll throw in GME. We'll throw in Amazon.
Makes no sense. Why?
This is what we come up with. So congratulations, everyone. You won.
Yeah, forget the treatment. This is the treatment for class 9, guys. Who needs
the plan? Nobody needs the plan. This was all they needed all along.
Sometimes it'll just turn right into money. So mine, let's see. I have a tweet. Why won't it go there? This actually came up. I linked this to another one this week because of Jake's video where he's talking about how it was always going to be 3 years or whatever it is because of the Knowles. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's what he's saying in that video. The most recent one was, we've always had to wait because of the Knowles. Oh, actually, one thing that we forgot to mention today is it is the anniversary of Ryan Cohen filing that Form 144 today.
Oh, we missed it. Oh,
yeah. So,
you know what we won't miss though? I bet is the anniversary of the shares getting canceled. I always know because it's the week of my birthday. Best birthday gift ever. So it's great humor.
I think isn't it like the 1,000 day anniversary for MMTLP?
September 4th. Yeah.
Oh, September 4th. Okay.
All right. Tell me if you can hear this.
So, Jake, let me ask you.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This. I mean, when do you think that this thing wraps up in terms of what's going on with Bed Bath & Beyond? You think this is the month, or you think this is the week, or what?
I think that we have to wrap up before the end of the year, and so I think the main reason for that is
remember this is 2023,
which does exist
because
despite what anybody tries to tell you. Whoever is responsible for whatever this company will become has to handle that is because with the to wrap up before the end of the year, and so I think the main reason for that is because with the NOL, which does exist despite what anybody tries to tell you. Whoever is responsible for whatever this company will become has to hang on to it for 2 years before they can realize the profit and keep the NOL. And so if this goes into January 1st, then whoever that is has to hang on to this for another calendar year. And so
so
that's the main reason why I think it'll happen before the end of this year, the end of this month.
That was December 2023.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Things are going great.
Alrighty. So mine for this week is brought Polish dildo into this. Hey, Hester Pierce, I thought I'd give you an update on the illegal wash trading event that's occurring at EXPON today. 3.31 million float, 358 fucking million in volume today. Seriously, what are you and everyone at the SEC doing all day? You guys want to take a guess why the volume was 358 million on that particular day?
Offering?
Hmm?
Offering?
Sorta, yeah.
Was it an IPO or
warrant exercise?
Wow.
They moved down the strike price on the warrants and everyone exercised them on the run up because it went up to like $5 and the strike, as you can see here, is $1.31. So the company needed cash in the door. So they're like, I see money. I see dollar signs. But of course, no, it's most definitely wash trading.
Thanks for buying, dummies. And P.S. a 1.31 million float can trade 300 million times.
So long as they're buyer and seller.
That's correct. I don't know why that signifies wash sales to these.
I mean, it
morons,
can
but
trade a trillion times.
It can trade a trillion times.
There's no
like those two numbers don't correlate.
Also, this doesn't count. We'll call it a non-voting stupid tweet of the week because I had meant to bring it up, but it's just so fucking funny. And I know it's Amy's favorite macro guy. Getting ratioed.
I love the response. I know this might be a foreign concept for you, but they generate returns for their
you could copy paste that and use that for Marantz. I know it's a foreign concept to you, like return on investment, but
it's just so perfect. Mr. I ran a rates book for 10 years. G10 rates book. When I was 15.
Yeah.
Doing great, James.
All right. Well.
Where's rubbing my axe?
Yeah, well,
we're
having no votes come in on the YouTube side, so don't just drop in on.
Yes.
Yeah, I voted
a little bit longer to see if we get anyone on the YouTube side, but for now, yes, Amy with the
See
sole
what happens
vote.
when I put a little bit of effort in and I don't wait till the show? I find it good.
But anyway, so yeah, that pretty much does it. Hey, we're on schedule for once these times tonight.
I'm exhausted.
I know. Well, it's been an exhausting week full of very stupid things that have happened. All these lawsuits, all these like meme stock conspiracy theories about the lawsuits. Yeah, it's been kind of fun. Any final thoughts, Platinum?
Not really. Just have a good week, everybody. Next week, hopefully, will be better than this week.
Yeah. Anything to leave us with, Amy?
Careful who you listen to out there.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
That's it.
We'll catch you guys next week.